You want to know what's going on? Let me tell you the story of Rayman. In Rayman's world, nature and people live together in peace. The Great Protoon provides and maintains the harmony and balance in the world. Sorry, folks. This apparently can't last. One fateful day, the evil Mr. Dark steals the Great Protoon and defeats Spatilla the Fairy as she tries to protect it. The Electoons, who used to gravitate around it, lose their natural stability and scatter all over the world! Troublesome, isn't it? And untidy, too. In this now unbalanced world, strange phenomena begin to occur. Freaks and hostile characters appear, capturing every Electoon they can find. They definitely need a hero to save them now! Don't you think? Rayman to the rescue!
No problem.
Go and free all of the Electoons, Rayman, and bring back the Great Protoon from its mysterious kidnapper. But will the bad guys let him do it?
Hello. Hello. Oh, Ubisoft made this. I thought they only made the Division. Guys, remember the Division? Guys, hello. I thought they only made Watch Dogs. Remember that? I thought they only made... I don't know. Hello, welcome to the stream. The crazy thing is I was trying to think of, like, something that wasn't Assassin's Creed that, like, Ubisoft, like, made, like, more recently. And I can't. I guess, I don't, Far Cry. Guys, hello. Yeah, they were making games, that was probably around the time the earliest Ubisoft games would have come out. I think they did some games for, like, the Amiga and shit like that, probably. That seems about right. It's a European company. Guys, hello! Happy Friday. It's the 27th Friday of 2027 minus 1. 27th Friday of 2026. It is the 3rd of July today. I have not heard any fireworks on the 3rd. I have not heard any fireworks for the 3rd. But I'm sure there will be some tomorrow. But as for tonight, we Rayman in peace, I believe. What's up to Rinslet? Zebra, thank you for the raid. I heard it from the other room because I was getting ready to start stream. And I had Zebra's stream playing on my phone. I was in the other room. I could hear him, sort of. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing? It sounded like he was, like, looking at the other NSO apps. And then I heard my own Sasquatch stream raid alert. And I was like, wait, why do I hear that? Shouldn't that be coming through my headphones? And then I realized it was just... I raided into my own stream on my own phone. Spoilers. But anyway, thank you to Zebra. What's up to Sizz, Will, Zebra, Kingo, Isaac? We used to say hello. Unless you just meant... Unless Zebra's prompt was, name your favorite person ever. In which case, I think both Wario and me would be, like, the two most acceptable answers, probably. In which case, Isaac, thank you if it was that. Guys, shoutouts to... I think we said this already on this playthrough once. Shoutouts to start menu demos. We were in that Picture City level that they showed on there, where Rayman gets on the little yin-yang ball thing, and then he, like, throws his fist, and it like, moves him backwards, and that's how you get that health power-up. I remember doing that level last week and being like, how the fuck do I get this health power up? It shows you how to do that on the start screen. Games used to have valuable stuff on there. They used to show you things you wouldn't have figured out how to do on there. And now what do they have? Now they don't even have options. They just have, like... I don't know what I'm trying to say. Now they don't even have start screen. They just load you into the menu and you can buy the premium gear. What's up to Buddy Bro and also Pixie? Guys, hello, welcome. It's session 4 of Rayman. We've got 82 lives on our EEN file, so that's looking pretty good. 72 out of 100% completion. Which I know some people were voicing their surprise that would indicate that this is not going to be the final stream. But trust me, we have like 4 levels left, basically. These last couple levels are not easy. And we have a bunch of the backtracking cages for us to find still, so... Eternal 2D platform. I mean, I feel like, you know, how long do we think we've probably been... This will probably take us overall, like 15 hours? I think if you're 100%ing a platformer and you don't know where everything is, that's pretty reasonable playtime. We wouldn't say? Did we hit the Friday? Today is Friday. Did we hit the Friday? Is that like a hot new dance move, Sis? It'll be Friday for another 17 minutes, so I can still hit it if I know what it is. Yeah, we did. We did it at the beginning, sis. Come on. Come on, sis. Farmer Brown. Friday Brown. Come on. Anyway, today I am gonna try to tackle some of these levels. The next world, this is like the last proper world here, is called the Cave of Scops. Say it again, I missed it. It's the 27th Friday of 2026. I remember because last week was the 26th Friday, which was notable. It's like when you hit, it's like when it was like do you guys remember those sweet days in the aughts where it could be like 888 999? Do you remember those? And then 2012 was the last time for another 100 years that we'll have that. And I'll be dead by then. So will all of you. Maybe. Probably. Alright, so we're gonna do some cleanup first. These Bandland levels, these have been begging to be cleaned up for like a minute. And I think it's time to bongo Congo down to Bongo Hills. This is like Hey Jude. Did we say that before? That's like Hey Jude. Oh, and I like the song. We don't think we could live to 102. I think it's possible that by the time we're in our hundreds, medical advancements will exist to get people to live that long. But I do think it will be, it will likely be reserved for some sort of technocratic elite class that I don't foresee myself belonging to. And so I will not have access to the technology, is how I think it's gonna go. If I fell asleep from last stream, but I think my body was compelled to get up to crank this shit down. I thought you were gonna say, Pixel, you were compelled to crank your shit. And I was like, alright, man, I mean, it's not what I do this for, but, you know, you've got free will. Anyway, guys, hello. Welcome. One last 16 for you could be good. That's real. My, like, lucky number and also my Steiner number is 8. So, I only would need to live to 88. Which to me still seems old. I think as long as Taco Bell, like, stays in business, I don't think I'm gonna make it to... I don't know if I'm gonna make it, like, that far. It would be awesome. I would love that, but... You guys, I had the day off today. Was rather nice. I didn't do like too much with it. Did we take this before? I feel like we didn't. Oh, I see. What did I do? I woke up, fell out of bed, dragged a comb across my head. Remember when we did the beetle thing? And I didn't fucking do too much. I put a little Ghost of Tsushima. Kingo and I watched another session of Avatar. We got to some good episodes. We got to the Boomy one, which is one I remember liking a lot when I was younger. I remember as a kid, like, I feel like I remember, like, as a kid, like, being surprised by that. When it's, like, just easily the most obvious fucking thing ever. But yeah, fun episode. We also watched the one with the Warriors of Kyoshi, which I remember liking as a kid, but is not a super good episode, IMO. I remember thinking that episode was cool when I was younger, but that episode is not good. It's annoying. And then we watched the one where Katara breaks the Earthbender kid out of jail, and George Takei was in it as a one-off character. I also love them, Zebra. They're Wanda. And then I worked on some other stuff. I have, currently I have been, so if you guys remember, when I was pursuing my current work position, I took a course. It was like a 40-hour course. I took it fairly leisurely. But I took it just to kind of, you know, like have the best prospects that I could at getting a job. And my friend that does this kind of work that kind of turned me on to it, he did let me know, like, I did it before I was hired somewhere, and then they made me take, like, their version of the course. And I was like, well, I don't know if wherever I end up will or not, but I guess I'm just going to do it because. But my current company does want me to take their version of their 40-hour training thing. Unfortunately, if we do it in, like, the allotted time, we do get a bonus, which is nice. But I have been working on that a lot in my off time. So I worked on some of that today, too. The unfortunate thing is I keep starting it and then falling asleep after my, like, normal work shift days. Just because I get home and I'm tired and I'm like... I'll get in bed and then, like, put the coursework on my phone and then I'll end up falling asleep. It's really stupid. But I got a little work on that done today. I'll play a video game. I don't know, it was kind of one of those whatever days. But a Friday off, it's like, what are you going to do with that? Yeah, Jet is in... Is he not in, like, the... oh, no, he is in one of the early episodes. But I think that's after. The next one we have is the two-parter. I think he's after the two-parter, at least. I do remember that one. We found one cage. I feel like I already missed one, though. The thing I gotta remember about Bandland is that we didn't have the run yet when we were here before. And running off of these sloped platforms, I feel like, will be important for at least some of the cages we missed in this level. Or you know, these slippery, slidey platforms. Our friend is a king for us. I think that one of the funny things about that Boomy episode is, like, did Aang not know he was, like, royalty? I guess, like, maybe he didn't, but, like, Aang wouldn't have known that Boomy was, like, gonna be the king. And he just saw this, like, crazy fucking tweaking-ass looking king, and he was like, oh, I bet that he's just, like, another guy like that. Did Aang not know? But yeah, the Kyoshi one has... It not only has that, like, crazy freaking out guy, but it also has that, like, weird animation cycle where Aang is, like, running on the water and he looks insane. And I know I see that as, like, a reaction gif, too. Or, like, a reaction, like, shitpost thing. Anyway, that's been fun. But other than that, I just kind of did that. And then I watched Zebra. I made a salad. I was making a salad and I was doing just the silliest little dance to that fucking Wario Land song. And now we're here. And I'm excited to play more Rayman. If anyone is, if anyone is still willing to put up, if anybody is still willing to put up with what Rayman is delivering, it is me. Which I think is what saves all of these fucking projects that we do on here. No! I'm over this though. Didn't we already go up here? I just feel like I didn't check it thoroughly enough. You feel me on that? I'm not just, like, inputting buttons because I'm yapping about something else. I just want to make sure. Wasn't it actually just the little health pip thing? Okay, we are good in here, I think. Okay. Let's move on. La la la, let us move on. And have some fun with friends, fun with friends. Okay, we got this guy. I think I would have gone up here before. Maybe if we get all the tings. Okay, well, that was wonderful, but I don't think that was anything. There might have been a cage up there the first time. Do you guys like in video games if there's like a collectible like that, when the game like puts a phantom one there? Like to show you that like there was something here but you already got it? Or do you like it just to disappear? Because I think the phantom is helpful. But one thing I don't like about a phantom is I don't like it in games when you like... I don't like it in games when you want to like replay a level just because you had fun on it. And then like instead of giving you the like power up or like the collectible at the end, it's the phantom instead. I feel like there is an example of that. I don't remember what game hurt me that way that I'm trying to think of, but I don't like it when it's when you just want to replay the level because it was so fun for you, and it's the fucking phantom. Like, are you kidding me? It's the phantom. I guess Splatoon is like that. Is 3D Mario? Oh, I guess yeah. 3D Mario has. Does it have like the Mario 64 has the like transparent stars, doesn't it? Or Mario Sunshine 2. Yeah, that's true. I was thinking of the Splatoon single player has this cute thing where if you replay a level, because in the stars in the levels in Splatoon are like baby zap fish. They're like these little electric eel babies, and when you're replaying a level and you've already got the zap fish, it's just like a little plushie of the zap fish that you get at the end. And I think that's kind of cute, but that pisses me off too. I don't like it when the thing is the phantom. I just like it when I can just get the thing. But in a game like this, I think I could use a phantom in my life. How many times can we fucking say phantom? You guys, speaking of Splatoon, this is gonna piss at least one person off in here, I feel like. Speaking of Splatoon, there was a Splatoon Raiders Direct this week. I did not watch it. I would have probably if I was at home when it came out. Actually, I think maybe I was, but I was like getting ready for work or I was doing something. And I'm already getting Splatoon Raiders. I have it pre-ordered already. And I know a lot of our other like friends in here, like Sis and Will and people like watched it and were like, yeah, that was really good. But I'm like, I mean, I'm already gonna get the game. Maybe I would just prefer to be like completely surprised about some of this stuff. So I didn't watch it, and I don't think I'm going to. As much as I love Splatoon. I heard enough. I heard through the grapevine that some Splatoon people that I like trust like know about a lot about the series, like content creators and stuff. Some of whom I know kind of expressed some concerns about whether or not this game was just going to be anything more than like big Salmon Run, like Salmon Run the game. I know some people came away from it like, okay, like they showed the sauce this time. I'm hyped for it now. And I was like, yeah, that's probably like, you know, that probably means I will be too. So, you know. Now I usually am never a usually am. A lot of the time I will watch directs for games I'm excited for. I do not place a ton of like sanctity on going into a new video game totally blind. But like, you know, if I didn't watch it like in the moments past, I might as well just like let the moment stay past. I'll play it when it comes out. I'm sure I'll have fun with it. But I am excited for that game. I think we were talking about that on Sunday last week. Guys, we finished Misadventures of Tronbon this past Sunday. Fun game. I was saying this in... Which one of these is the... I feel like we might have missed a cage in the, like, jet section. Fuck. Was there something up there? Is there something down here? There could be something anywhere. I was saying this in a call last night, but I'll say it again here on the stream. I calculated the total runtime of that project, and it was like 13 minutes shorter than the Mega Man Legends project. They're the two closest in time streams of mine. Looking at the like total stream like ranking list, they're right next to each other back to back, which I thought was really funny. I didn't think it was going to be that close, but it were. Because Mega Man Legends 1 was one session longer than Tronbon, actually. And I think the reason why there is still such, like, why the time is still so close is because, in the days when we streamed Mega Man Legends on Sunday, I was still, I think, on Sundays kind of attached to the idea of that stream being 3 hours. Obviously, when we played Persona, we just kind of did that for like 4 or more. We like let that kind of run as long as it was going to. But then I was like, I still committed to like keeping the run times consistent. So much so that I remember when we started Fire Emblem, I was like, we're going back to 3 hours. I remember that was like a thing. And then, of course, we didn't do that. But I think for Mega Man Legends, we must have entertained the idea of it for a while. And that's where the discrepancy would come into play. Now, there is a set target time for the Sunday stream. It's usually 4.5 is usually what I try to do. I try to be done before 11:30. But I feel like that should have been, like, common sense to me back then, but it was not something I was, like, set on yet, really. No. Where even am I? Is this the beginning of the level? Okay, it seems like we've got all of them in this one. Remember how these guys... Remember how I was talking a big game up on these bug guys in the first session? Or second session, whichever one that was. That they were Rayman's dark rival. They're, like, really not. I remembered them as, when I was a kid, I remember, like... they were like Dark Link in Zelda 2 or something. I remember just like thinking they could do everything I could do. They would read my every move. You just kind of have to like punch them. They're not really that bad. Okay, I think we're done with this screen. I remember Bongo Hills being like long though. It was a bit of a Longo Bongos Congo adventure. What happens if I hang off here? Oh, I think nothing. Okay, and then this... I hear the noise there. That just makes this cloud spawn. And then I think there probably was a cage over there. But I think we got it. Which means... there gotta be 3 cages... on this screen, I guess. I guess there's not one there. Okay, this is the one where the thing moves, right? It's gotta be here. I bet I can get up there or something. The first thing we're gonna do is... I'm gonna try going over here. Oh! You can just jump and get up there and go up there and die down here. You can just get up there and go up there, and it's not where you're even supposed to be up there like that. Okay, that was nothing. This could be something, though. We walk around over here. Do a little walking. Otherwise, this week you go, guys. It was pretty... This week... Whoa. What was I even just trying to say? Otherwise, you guys, this week was pretty good. I've been getting used to my new job, which is a lot of fun and very cute. But I am still kind of like... I feel like I'm still sort of learning a lot about the particulars of just, like, being effective at it. And whenever I start new work, I'm always like, I don't know why. My general, like, go-to thought is just that I am not being effective at it. But I do feel like just the last couple weeks, I've been getting more comfortable and better with what I'm supposed to be doing. And I also got some Labor Day plans in place with some of my other friends, some of my college friends. We're doing a little game day. Rayman. I think there was already a cage down here. I think I got that. There's gotta be some that, like, I could have gotten, but I just, like, didn't do. Did we get this last time? Oh, you got kicks now? Okay, maybe you are my nemesis. Okay, well, maybe you are my nemesis. Get out of here, you. Whee! If your dark counterpart goes whee when you smack him away, he may not be your dark counterpart after all. He may just be some bug thing. Maybe if I get all the tings, it will unlock something. I like how... Oh. Ah! Wait, wasn't he up here? Wasn't there a thing up there? Okay, there's... Can I go up here? Like, here's the thing. I feel like I'm retracing steps here, because I know myself. I know myself better than anybody, and I know I would have done all this the first time we were in this stage, you know? I feel like I'm ray tracing my steps here. I'm Raymanning my steps. Maybe... What if in here? No. Oh, I had something I meant to mention about this very game, like... okay, you guys, I was a little wrong about how a part of this game works. Now, I don't think it actually has ended up making any difference on the way the project has been played. I just don't want to misrepresent Rayman, a game and franchise that I like and love. So, I checked this last week because I think we were talking about it on stream, and when the stream ended, I was like, you know, honestly, that actually doesn't make sense. So I went and I looked at it. Apparently, okay, I was thinking that in this game, when you lost all your lives, your, like, whole game progress was over, but it actually isn't that. Because this version of the game, at least, and a lot of the main versions have a, like, save function, it does just take you back to your last save. You just don't have the continues that you would have started with. So, like, we had a lot more, the game is a lot more forgiving than we thought. It doesn't delete your whole, like, save, which really, like, doesn't make sense, because why would there be save files in the game if it was just gonna do that? It just puts you back to the last time you saved. Which, again, thinking about how the GBA version works, which also has the little save points, I was like, there's no way I was doing all that. So, my apologies. I'm sure if there's anyone who is, like, a Rayman mega fan watching this, I'm sorry if you were annoyed by us slandering the game like that. I don't think it,
I don't think it does a ton to validate some of the other shit that this game does. But it's at least not, like, insane. I do, though, think for the sake of the stream, it was probably a good idea to use the 99 Lives cheats. Just because if I was being stubborn and I was not using any cheats, it would have taken for fucking ever to beat this game. Because we just would have kept, like, getting a game over and then having to, like, redo the first part of the level and, like, all that shit. But that's the thing. That's the thing about the game. Okay, I knew Bongo Hills. I knew you was long. This hopefully won't be the last PS1 game played on here with an archaic save system. I mean, the save system is pretty good on this. I don't think it's archaic. There are some other sort of archaic things about the game, but what the thing that I do think makes this, like, makes me not be... The thing that I do think makes me like, well, we should have used the code. Like, we, you know, it only makes sense to do, is that, here's something that I was not incorrect about. In this version of the game, the 1-ups definitely don't respawn. Was Kid Icarus talking about that? I don't know. Maybe he didn't know either. Or maybe it's a version thing. There's really oh, there's one. Okay, there's a cage. It's Crash 1, not even the game I thought we were talking about. How the fuck do I get up there? What game did you think it was? I don't know if I thought it was anything in particular. Maybe you can do this with the run. No. Ready. There's got to be a cloud that spawns somewhere that makes that go. Maybe if I go down here. This level music's scary. This level music's scary. This is the why scary sometimes level of Rayman. Oh, there we go. Maybe this just spawned? I swear I didn't see that before. Okay, well that makes sense. We also didn't have the swing power when we came here before. There's really 2 more here on this. Is this the last screen? I don't remember. Whoa. Anything down here? But I don't know. How was everybody else this week? I've been playing a hella bunch of Star Fox also. I did all of the challenges on Star Fox for the normal mode. There's a new challenge mode, which is fairly extensive, honestly, that is added to the new version of the game, the 2026 Star Fox. I think I probably talked about this already on stream. I did the first, like, mission or 2 of those, like, before I, like, did all the routes and got all the medals and everything, just to kind of see what they were. And I was left feeling a little underwhelmed by them just because I was like, you know, these don't seem like they're really all that. But even in the normal mode challenges, some of the later ones kind of are all that. There's some pretty... There were some pretty annoying challenges even in the normal mode versions. And all of them have an expert mode one to do too. I do think I am going to try to do them, just because I kind of like that sort of repetitive grind, do it until you get it type thing. But looking at them, some of them seem pretty fucking hard. Rayman. Okay, maybe I didn't go up here. No! Yeah, did we do this? A duel with my dark self? A duel with my inner darkness? There's a one up here that I didn't get, so maybe there is something here. And I also did my first expert mode run on that game. Again, something that if I have ever done it, I don't remember it very well on the original Star Fox 64. Usually in my past playthroughs of that game, I just do enough routes so that I've done all the levels, and then I get the true ending, and then I'm like, all right, that was the run. I've never done all of the like medals and stuff like necessary to get the expert mode. But on this one, I was like, yeah, you know what, fuck it, it's finally time. And I did my first run, and I got all of the medals possible, except I didn't get the one for Sector X, because I went to Titania, and you can't get the Sector X medal if you do that, because you have to let Slippy get knocked down. Which is something that is unique to the new version, actually. It's sort of an annoying little wrinkle, but it's not so bad. Here we go. Watch this. Wait, I swear I can get up there with the run. I feel like we have done that before. Or unless he goes up here. But I've been getting my money's worth on that game, baby. I also have been still playing Ghost of Tsushima. Like I said, I was talking about today. I'm in Act 2 of, I would imagine, the 3 acts of that game. Today I unlocked the quest that takes you to the Iki Island, which is the DLC area. Which I have not decided if I'm going to do. I probably will have saved that for the end of the game, and I cannot imagine that I will, like, not be fatigued when I get to the end of this. So I don't know if I'm going to do Iki Island. It's cool that it's included in the, like, deluxe version of the game. I've heard it's pretty cool. I remember some people speaking positively about it as a DLC expansion. But I think it's hard to go from a big open world slop game to a like area sized open world slop like expansion, because I think that those are generally built for people who have had like a, you know, year and a half to a year's break from a video game, which will not be the case for me. But I did do like the first big like story thing, and it was pretty cool. Okay, how the fuck? I don't even know if we can jump over. It looks almost like they might want me to have a ferry here. Because there's that. But I feel like, if anything, the ferry would be on the other side. The cloud does keep going upward, but I think that I will fall if I do that. It feels like, I think this is the top of the screen up here. Yeah. I guess I could try to jump and hover over the top, but I just don't know if that's possible. There might be another way we need to do it. Or maybe I can hover through. They might want me to do that. I know that looks insane, but one thing I've learned about this game is that Rayman's hitbox does not regularly consider his feet as part of his hitbox. So it might be possible. Either that or, like, I don't know, what would they want me to do? Maybe it goes up now. No. Maybe there is a fairy. There could be. Let's go a little further just because I don't remember. I like how when you're on the top part of this, you get a little, like, his hair's blowing in the wind like he's moving fast. I think that's fun. It's cute to... Aha, there is. Whee! Okay, so now we'll be small and we'll just come down here. And then we just, yep, that's how you do it, yep. Unfortunately, I can throw my big fist even when I'm small guy. We're a little small man, big hands right now. Fuck. I might grab this just so I'll have some health. Small man, big hands. Would you rather be small man with big hands or big man, small hands? Would you rather be what's the ad? Little man, big features or something? Would you rather have a giant ray cock or would you rather be like a normal person? Would you rather be like Rayman and have his giant ray cock, or would you rather just be like a regular guy with a regular cock? When we small, just go up through the hole at the bottom? How about what? I don't know if you can. You maybe can't go that way. I guess we could look. Maybe I didn't do... I was figuring we had just done that before. Think regular guy with regular cock? No, that's what I was thinking too. I don't think I would want to be a big Rayman. Oh. Well, alright. Oh. I think I should have stayed on that. Actually, I think we'll be fine. Okay, that was, we only have one, right? One left. This is cage number fucking, how many are there? 7 each? No! Guys, there was some gaming news this week. I probably would have been more inclined to like talk passionately about it were my show like earlier in the week than it is. Because the news broke on like Tuesday, I think. And in the moment, I was like, oh my fucking god. But it was such juicy news that not only did all of my like friends who stream sort of talk about it, but I listened to a bunch of like podcasts and like gaming people and like stuff like that talk about it also. And I'm at the point now where I'm like, I don't really know what I would even add to this. You know, it's like one of those things like that. But basically, Sony announced that starting 2028, which all reasonable people I have seen, like, I have seen all reasonable people acknowledge that is over a year away. But I definitely saw some folks acting like this was happening at the end of this year. Like, some people saw January and were like, fuck, what even year is it? It's happening. It's happening. Sony announced January 2028, which I think means that this is definitely happening. I think them setting that putting that date on this news that far out is like that's the foot down. That we are not walking this back or anything. That's what I think that means basically. That they will stop producing discs for future PlayStation games. Now, when I first saw... Fuck, I didn't just explore anything in this level, I guess. When I first saw this news, I kind of interpreted it as... immediately, just because it was such a, stupid thing. I interpreted it as they were saying, our first-party games, our Sony games will not have a physical disc anymore. But no, in fact, it seems that it's every PlayStation game. Every first, second, and or third, or some sort of multi-dimensional fourth-party video game, starting 2028, will no longer have discs. They will still... it seems as though there will still be a way, maybe, to buy them in a store. I don't know. Some people are saying they think it will just be, boxes with codes. Some people are speculating it might be more little, redeemable voucher things or something like that. Neither good. Not good news. There is a lot of speculation as to why this may be happening. I really think, again, it is just something that big game companies have been trying to make happen for the past decade, really. I think that, again, I think Microsoft has basically wanted this, and I think that they will follow suit also on this. I think they have wanted this since, the Xbox One launch. I think Sony maybe wanted to kind of put the groundwork in, get people having huge digital libraries before kind of making this happen. And a lot of people, including myself, do have big digital libraries on the PS5 or, from PS4. But I just think it cutting out a, middleman and controlling, having a much greater level of control over pricing and stuff like that is really what it all comes down to. And I think that they don't, Sony specifically, clearly they don't want to put a disc drive in their fucking box anymore, as only one of the multiple PS5 models that there are even comes with a disc drive. So I don't know. I feel like this has been something that everybody has been expecting would happen for a while now, including myself. But knowing that, one, doesn't make it good for anybody, and two, doesn't make you smarter than anybody else. I think if you've been paying attention to video games, we all know that this is the direction we've been headed. It's just not good. It's not a good thing. Some of my thoughts that are kind of just go beyond the news are, for instance, myself. recently I bought Kingdom Hearts. What is it called? What the fuck is it called? Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Fragmentary Asshole or whatever. Kingdom Hearts 2.8 and the fucking Anal Fissure or whatever that game is called. Rinslet sniped a deal on GameStop for a pre-owned disc version of that game for $10. Now, in my in and around the time that I purchased that, I looked at what the price of that game digital on the PlayStation Store was $60. So that, like, if that doesn't, like, I mean, that game's old, of course, and I'm sure it goes on sale. Like, it does go on digital sale. Sony, games on the PlayStation Store, they have big sales all the time. So it's not like, it's not like I would never have been able to get that game cheaper than like the actual price version of it. However, in the moment, I was able to save $50 on that, fucking, I don't know, decade-old Kingdom Hearts game. And I think little situations like that, where in the moment you want to make a purchase, and the way to do it right at that time is to spend more money than you maybe could have if you just fucking bought a secondhand disc somewhere. I think that is a big thing that game companies and Sony want to die. They want that to be gone. They want you to pay them the money that they want to tell you the game is going for right now, that they have it confirmed, like, metadata on what level of % of deal you should be allowed to have depending on your spending habits, which is something we already know that they do on the PlayStation Store. And that, I think, is the worst part about this. If you want to save, how much does it cost to press a disc? Like a couple dollars, I think. How much does it cost to build the parts for a disc drive? It's probably one of the least expensive parts of Sony's machine, but it's still some level of expense and cost that the company could potentially be saving on. I think there are some, you'd be like, well, if so much of their sales are digital and they feel that they're wasting money, providing this physical element of their platform that they don't need to be, that it makes sense to cut that. But I just don't think that's what it is about. I just think it's about wanting more money. And that's what all corporations want, and no one should trust any of them, and it's stupid. I'm pretty bummed, especially because, I love my PS5, personally. I was really excited for it to come out. I do think that some things about it are clearly not ideal. It is not necessarily the platform that was promised to us, and a lot of annoying elements of trends in gaming are persistent on it. But it is still the platform that I play most third-party things on, and I play it a lot. And so I would like to be able to move on to a PS6, but at this point, it's do I know if I'll be able to play my physical PS5 games on a PS6 if I bought it, or physical PS4 games? Do I know that it'll be at least around $1,000 and not more? What? I don't know any of that. It's the PS6 is sounding like something I really don't want right now. I hope that my big hope is that even after 2028, clear the market. Well, I don't want the components and the market for games to stay bad, but my hope would be that the PS5 continues to be supported as a platform for forever, for multiple years still, and I just won't have to bother with it. I won't have to worry about it. But I don't know. It sucks. Yeah, PS Plus. It's exciting for me to see the free digital games come out on PS Plus every month. I do like getting those. It's nice, but it is expensive, and if they keep hiking up the price. I don't play online on on PS5 very often anyway. When when Halo fucking Combat Anniversary, what the fuck is it called? Halo Combat Remade. When the Halo remake comes out on PS5, I'm keeping it for that. And Sizz, you better do the same too. Let's keep PS Plus at least for the next like couple months so we can play that. But I could see myself canceling it too. You can always resub, I guess. If there was something I wanted to play online. But I don't know, I just think it stinks. I think it stinks for a lot of reasons. Like, even if you can still buy a box in the store. I think about, like, I don't know, giving games to people. Being done with a video game and having a friend who wants to play it and, like, selling it to them or giving it to them. I've done that. My mom likes to buy me video games for, like, Christmas and stuff. And usually usually because the big Nintendo first party things that come out throughout the year, I usually just buy those when they come out because that's, you know, I will be excited for them. But there are a lot of the time be like PlayStation games that, you know, I maybe won't have picked up throughout the year. And if I'm asked like, hey, you know, do you want a video game for Christmas or something? I'll say, yeah, I would like this. So, like, if they stop doing, like putting the actual boxes in stores, I think that's a huge bummer. Even if you could still get somebody, like, a Sony fucking gift card or something, it's not the same thing. I, have a lot. I would say, let's see. I probably have more physical PS5 games than digital, but I don't have a lot of PS5 games. Like PS5 exclusive, like it says PS5 on the fucking box. I have more than I think some people would think one would have, but most of them are physical, but I also never updated or upgraded my storage or anything on that thing. And so, like, that's another part of it too. I know these days a lot of the time the game, you have to install the game anyway. Or at least install some of it. And so, like, that still takes storage too. But I don't know. I like the I know a lot of collectors are like big in an uproar about this, and my sympathy goes out to people like that. I am no longer really much of a collector of video games because of the space required. But I like to have the thing and not have to use the fucking storage space like fully. And just be able to pull it. Like, there's something nice about being able to pull a game off your shelf and put it back on your shelf when you're done with it. And, like, you know, I don't know. I guess we did end up talking about this a lot, but there are a lot of things to say about it that I don't think I did say. I think another interesting thing is the fact that they have set that January 2028 date. Oh my god, I didn't even realize we were... You'll have to forgive me. That was a yap moment. Like, my brain told me we were still on Bongo Hills and we just needed to beat the stage. I'm so sorry. We needed to have been looking for fucking cages this entire level. Fortunately, Allegro Presto is not as long of a level. But I'll focus this time. It's not that I wasn't focused. I just, like, I was misinformed about the initial goal. Let's see. Yeah, PS Plus price hikes. Rent for... I mean, I won't say that I think PS Plus has no value. Again, one's mileage may vary. I like the free games. I think that is exciting. But for what they're asking, especially, like, for instance, this month, I didn't download anything because I thought all three of the free games sucked ass. Now, if you like any of those games, I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying, like, I just wasn't interested in them this month. And I don't download them when I don't want them because I don't want that shit clogging up my library. But, you know, I won't say there's, like, nothing being provided, but it mostly is just rent for rent's sake. You're not getting much extra, especially if you just have the normal tier of PS Plus, which doesn't even come with all of those fucking other, like, retro games and stuff. Isn't that so stupid? It's not even... It's already expensive and you don't even get all the other stuff. Yeah, I mean, a new PlayStation right now would just be... I don't think I would. I mean, technically I could spend the money and afford it. But for, like, again, I spent a ton of money without making money in the past 9-ish, 8-ish months. I'm not particularly looking forward to spending a ton of money for a while. I don't think I would buy one yet. Now, I do think a lot of the bigger games, like bigger AAA games that are launching on the PS5 right now, the base one, not necessarily the Pro, I think that the base PS5 is struggling a little bit with some of those games. But myself, I don't play a lot of games like that, like day one anyway. One thing I will say is I think one of the other disappointing things about, like, being like, it's very low chance I'll get Sony's next console, is that one of my favorite experiences with the PS5 was playing PS4 games, like, at the best way that they were meant to be run. I think about the Final Fantasy VII remake demo that I bounced off of on PS4. Now, to be fair, the game wasn't even out yet, I don't think, and I don't know, like, if I was intending to get it right away anyway. But I came off the PS4 demo of that game like, I don't know, man. And then it was playing it in 60 FPS on the PS5 that made me be like, oh wait, this might be gas. And I think it's kind of a bummer to not necessarily be like, I guess I'm not going to have that experience with the PS6 and like PS5 games. Like, I like that experience. I value it. I like playing like performance boosted games. I think it's it's one of the exciting things about a new console launch in our modern day. So I think that's a bummer. I'm just reading the chat. I do think the 5 will still be supported for the next couple years, though, still. Reading someone's tweet about how awful getting gifts for kids is these days. I think that kids maybe to some degree will adapt, because so many young kids, I think, just don't really... Like, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about, like, do I think... Because I personally, I think Microsoft is going to follow this trend. Some people think, like, Microsoft is now going to make their move to save the industry, and I'm like, are you mad? Are you even paying attention? They've been waiting for Sony to fucking pull the plug on this so they could do the same thing. Just watch. If fucking the Helix even comes out. But I was thinking about, like, I wonder if Nintendo will continue to just, like, live under the rock for the forces of good, or if they will adopt this too. And I was thinking about, like, I wonder if they value the ability for a kid to, like, pop. Even though, like, obviously Nintendo has the game key cards, which are also pretty crappy too. But I wonder if they value the ability for, like, a kid to pop a physical thing into the system that starts the game they want. But then I was thinking about that too, and I was like, so many kids have, like, these days grow up with phones and iPads and stuff, and all's games and software and apps and shit on that is all download anyway, so maybe they are more comfortable with having non-physical media than people who are a little bit older are. Maybe it wouldn't be a huge transition. We'll have to buy Danganronpa. Yeah, Danganronpa 2x2 got delayed. I am sympathetic for the people that have been, like, waiting for that all year. I know Kingo and, like, Sizz and Zebra. Will. I think I've been, like, really wanting to play that. For whatever reason, I lost interest in the concept of playing that game. And I don't particularly care when it comes out, even though I really like Danganronpa 2. I was like, yeah, I'll see this when Sizz streams it. I already have too many visual novels that aren't like a remake with a different story of one I've already played to play. So like that is not super affecting to me, but that did happen today. They did also show some other stuff about the game. Maybe we didn't go up here. Yeah, I think so, probably, Sizz. I still am not of the belief that this will somehow spoil V3. I think that would be crazy. And I don't think that the Danganronpa, I don't think the Danganronpa team would do that, necessarily. But I also haven't played V3, so, you know, I don't know. I know that game does some things different. Asha Sharma is going to... Asha Sharma... Xbox, who also had a pretty fucking egg-on-face, badass, bad bitch week. They did not have... The good news did not come out of Xbox this week, either. Which I think is funny, because I really wonder, like... Sometimes it really does seem like when it comes to Sony and Microsoft, they are waiting for the other one to announce bad news so they can announce their bad news. I think, personally, what happened here, the reason why we're getting this info now, is that GTA 6 and, like, pre-orders and shit for that came in hot and came out, like, well-regarded, and Sony was like, all right, it's time for us to announce that we're doing this too. That's what I think. I think it was, I think GTA 6 was the speculative rollout. Now, I don't know if I think there was necessarily collusion between Rockstar and, like, greater Sony for this, but I do know that they do work very closely together. So, I don't know, you never know. I'm lost now. Oh, we're back down here. What is the point of that honkin' horn guy up there, then? That's what I was trying to figure out. I'm still on the mission, trust. I'm still paying attention. Yeah, the news about Xbox, which isn't even the news. Anyway, I don't know. They're closing a bunch of fucking studios or laying people off. Asha Sharma seems to think that... they were talking about this on Big Think Dimension this week. Asha Sharma seems to think that holding a meeting and going, we can do it, and then making studios smaller is what will make games come out faster. It's not quite to that level, but... In fact, it could not have been an email. You cannot make games... You cannot make video games be developed faster by asking for it. I promise you people are trying their best. And then also, even on top of that, fucking Sony, Bobo, why are you getting honked at? We're in the music level. And these honking horns are just honking down the highway on me. Right on top of this news, they also announced that they're closing the PS3 and Vita store. Which, I don't know, I don't remember if you guys remember this or maybe just if we forgot, but they already tried to do this once, and they did roll it back. Do you guys remember that? It was probably like, I don't know, 2 years ago or something. They tried this once before, and people said no. Now, this, I'm like a little more understanding towards. I do think it still just sucks as far as it goes for game preservation, but, in this day and age, it is fairly unprecedented, I think, to actually have had your digital storefront open for as long as the PS3 and Vita stores have been open. So I think that compared to Nintendo and Xbox, Sony offers a less solid, a less solid avenue to access a lot of those older games and stuff. Because, I don't know, Nintendo, even though, like, it is not the same thing, at least for virtual console stuff, Nintendo's got the NSO. Xbox, at least the beginning of Series X and S had that strong back compat push. You can still play a lot of your old Xbox games on the current platform. Whereas Sony, again, you gotta pay like higher levels of their rent to get older games, and it only goes up to PS4 on back compat. There will be a lot of things that are like Vita and PS3 that will just be locked and lost to time for the time being on that going away. But it's just not great to have it all happening at the same time. I have used the PS3 and Vita store in fairly recent history because we play games off the PS TV sometimes on this stream, and that is how you get games on the PS TV. However, I'm playing this on DuckStation, which I gotta tell you guys is a pretty solid emulator. I feel like it's working pretty well for me. And the PS TV, it's a pain in the ass to hook up. And I gotta run it through a fucking video splitter and shit. It kind of sucks to play games off of, so I'm sort of personally fine with letting that one go. I don't know what, like, again, the PS3 games you can't even, like, play on that, but you can play the PS, you know, like the PS1 and games and Vita games and stuff that, you know, are available on there. Yes, Sony also yanked a bunch of movies and shows and shit off of their fucking service. Again, that news coming out right around the time that this all digital, or like no disc news came out is not inspiring. The other thing, like, Sony, who like make Blu-ray, seemingly will not be shipping their next box without a Blu-ray player. And maybe they're sort of just fine with losing that. Maybe there will be like a higher price SKU or like a disc drive or something that does have one, but, you know, I don't know. Oh, yo. I don't know what spawned this, but that's why we check. But I don't know. None of this is good, Vector. Snack knows the PS TV. I know a little ball. I know a little ball like that. I hate the PS TV though. Like, it is nice. It's good. You know, it's a nifty little thing to have. But at least to me, I don't know if I just don't know if I think it's a necessary thing for me to have. Especially because, again, the main thing I play like that, retro like that, is PlayStation, PS1. And again, you can always emulate those. PS1, I kind of still like to buy physical because I think it's fun to, I don't know, the cases are small is another thing. And I do play PS1 games on actual, like, physical hardware sometimes. So I've got avenues for that. I don't think it matters too much. Again, we just played Tron Bon, a game that's like $600 physical on the PS TV. But we started that project before I was like, I'm just gonna figure out how, like, a reliable PS1 emulator. If we hadn't done that, I would have just played it off of here probably. Saw a list of games that are only on PS3, and it's only a dozen or so. Yeah, you know, it's not the end of the world, but it's not ideal. It sucks to have any game be, like, lost or be difficult to come across. Oh my god, Bobo was playing... Bobo, what is that thing? The Super Pocket. Is it just like a fucking... like a handheld, like, mean, I know there are a bunch of little things like that. Does it do, like, other platforms? Or, like, what does it go up to? Does it do, like, all retro stuff up to that, like, N64 era? Bobo was playing Banjo-Kazooie on a little, like, I don't know what you even call it. One of those little, you know, a little retro handheld thing. And in the game, you know how on the file select screen, Banjo plays on his little Game Boy? I guess in the game on the Super Pocket version, they modded it so that the color of the Game Boy that he's playing is the color of the little Super Pocket Game Boy. And I said, that's cute. Hands, wrist, and arms are so sore. Nuts. I think Banjo-Kazooie would be hard to play on a D-pad. I think it would be hard to play on a D-pad and hard to play on a little screen like that. Odie has the PS TV and he says it kind of blows. It does kind of blow, but it is convenient for sure. An Evercade console. Oh, okay, so it's like a special edition thing. I see. Yeah, those little handheld emulators are pretty cool. Yeah, if you have a Vita and you've either you use the store or you just like, I know there are a lot of ways you can just hack it and put games on it, then, you know, that's cool. But also, I bought this for streaming. And I wouldn't stream off of a PS Vita. The PS TV, I mean. I would not have bought a PS TV if not for content. Not as comfortable as my Xbox controller for Banjo-Kazooie the first time I played. Anyway, those are all my thoughts about the news, you guys. It stinks, but like, I don't know. Like I was saying on Sunday, I like games, and you know, it's like you know, you can't be like, guys, let's just focus on the positive. Like I never like that about anything. I think that's annoying behavior. But you know, I think you do to an extent have to like be like, well, it'll be okay. Like you'll just have to figure out what you want to play and, you know, what you don't, and that's what you'll do going forward. Or maybe things will improve somehow. Okay, we've got them. We've got them, folks. That's Bandland done, I think. What time is it? 01? We may... Let's see. Whoops. Dang it. No. We might jump into new levels after this one. I know I did name the stream after the level Eat at Joe's, correct? I think we should do Eat at Joe's. I think we should do it. I did the lovably classic thing where I asked everybody for a stream title and I didn't use any of them. I did this at Zebra's stream. But know that I just, like, thought of a stream title that was gonna be, like, relevant to something we were gonna do tonight, and so I just went with that instead. The stream titles people suggested to me were all funny. No, 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 no. What are you even doing here, scuba snorkeling drum thing? Okay. I think this is... We're getting close to the end of the level. I know it's coming up. Oh. Oops. Doing okay on stuff still coming out that I'm into. Yeah, me too. And there's always the backlog. I don't personally believe in the backlog, but, like, you know, just in so much as, like, there are plenty of cool games that I haven't played that I'm sure I'd like to someday, which, you know, I think is what most people do mean when they talk about a backlog. You know, there's always that. You can always play retro. You can always play fucking PS4. They printed all the discs that will ever be printed of fucking PS4 games. So, you know, there's a big library there you can always play on your PS5 still. Or your PS4 if you have them. Yeah, that's all I mean. The backlog is like, I gotta get around to this, is what I don't believe in. Society can collapse after One Piece ends. People play like it's never gonna end until it does. Graphics of this game look so much like Frantic Flea on SNES. Should we do a little let's try of that? Ba, 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 ba. Do believe in having a list of things you've been meaning to get around to because you actually want to. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody has that, but, like, I think there's no use in constantly thinking about what you haven't played yet, is how I think about it. Usually when I'm, like, ready to start a new game, I just sort of ask the universe what it's gonna be next, and the answer just comes to me, kinda. Or just, you know, something new comes out. Look at us, though. All right, we have 3 levels remaining to get all the... get all the cages on. There's 1, 2... 3 cages in the whole game we don't have. Now, one of them is Pencil Pentathlon, and this level was a fucking grind. This level was grueling. So I think I might save that one. Maybe we'll do that one next time before we're, like, ready to wrap. But if we beat Eat at Joe's with some time left over, I'd be inclined to do one of these Blue Mountain levels too. Whoops. I pressed circle, I didn't mean to press circle. I pressed circle, I didn't mean to press circle. I didn't think circle would do that. Rayman, look out! He's going, ah! On that screen. The sound that he's making, ah! Is what that sound is. And I like in the opening when Rayman goes, no problem. Rayman doesn't sound like... I think in exclusively this game he does. I think he's just a little fella in this. I think he makes little squeaks and stuff. Is he ever voiced? Oh, yeah. In Rayman 3, he has, like, a full speaking... Everybody talks in that game. He has, like, a full speaking role in that. And he is going to be voiced like that in the new Rayman, also, the Legends Retold. In fact, they got the same voice actor who played him in 3 back for the first time since that game, I think, to do his voice again, which is pretty cool. Ooh, baby, listen to this song. He does talk in Rayman 2 as well. The PlayStation versions of that game, meaning the PS1, and then there's a PS2 kind of sort of remake port called Rayman Revolution. He speaks English dialogue in those too. But the Rayman 2 diehards, myself included, will tell you that on the proper version of Rayman 2, which is N64, PC, Dreamcast, he speaks in a delightfully charming little French gibberish speak type thing. And that is the real voice of Rayman in Rayman 2 specifically. He does that game. It is wrong for him to speak English. He speaks in little fucking Raymlish. You know, actually, Bobo is my example for this. You know how some people like know all the things that the Sims say, like the Simlish lines. I know Rayman's Rayman 2 like dialogue, like people know that the little grunts and things that he says. Yeah, I could talk to him. If you put me in Rayman's world, I'd be like, yo. He doesn't say yo in the game. But I probably wouldn't be able to help myself. I'd probably say, yo. Not productive to force yourself to play things you're not in the mood for, but I've racked up dozens and dozens of things that I genuinely want to get to. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, I'm not saying like, you know. I think you just gotta have like the right attitude for it. It's the obligation of the backlog that I don't believe in is really the only thing. But I also don't really find it productive for myself to like, I have in the past tried to kind of like be organized with that stuff and keep lists and things like that. And what I find one ends up doing when you try to do that is you put all your time into the list and you don't put your time into the games. That's at least some people can't thrive that way. Some people have to be organized like that, but I think that's folly. At least for me personally, it doesn't really work. You get all excited about the idea and you don't do the thing. I am a doer when it comes to my hobbies, at least. What I like about video games is playing them. And what I don't like about video games is, I don't know, man. What's not to like? I like Rayman. I'm excited he's coming back. I hope they make a new Rayman game. I'll tell you what I don't like about video games. I don't like when companies fucking hold your IP that you have loved since childhood hostage by making you buy a remake. Sometimes it does happen for the forces of good, and one always hopes that it will. But, you know, like Star Fox, Rayman Retold, they put out a statement about it. They were like, if this sells well, maybe we'll do a new Rayman. I'm like, yeah, I fucking bet, dude. That's going to be awesome if you don't make one and everyone already bought the game. I think it's irritating behavior. Star Fox, at least they didn't say anything about it, but that is what people hope. Myself included. Guys, I like Star Fox 2026. I am not personally, though, tying it to my overall opinion on the Ocarina of Time remake, which I still sort of, in an inexplainable, sadistic way, hope will be bad. I couldn't tell you why I hope this. I love Ocarina of Time. It's like a top 3 game for me. I want it to be bad. Star Fox, though, like those are not tied together to me. Each remake is its own thing. I'm loving Star Fox. I think they did a good job with it. I think it feels reverent towards the source material. Fuck. Here's what I'll tell you I don't like. I don't like when I'm holding jump and I'm holding swing and I jump off the swing when I mean to swing off the jump. Anyway, guys, this is the Cave of Scops. It sounds like what I would name a cave level if I made a platformer. Fuck. I keep forgetting you gotta, like, jump over that one. Yeah, I mean, I guess, like, you know, getting any food for, like, a sort of unused franchise you love is better than nothing. It's just that sometimes it's not as good as something. You know? So, like, Alice, like, I think I could see them, like, someone doing, like, a collection or something for Alice, but I feel like, I mean, I don't know like a ton about that series, but it seems to me like something that will never be made again, kind of. And for that, you do kind of just have to accept it. We just finished playing Misadventures of Tronbon. They're never making Mega Man Legends 3. It's not happening. It's unfortunate, but it's just never it's never gonna happen. Oh! Rayman! Rayman! Ooh. Ooh, that is devilish. Ooh! That's wild. If their plan is to put Velen on new Star Fox going forward, it's fine for them to start out with a remake, for sure. It's just like the expectation that I don't like. I do think, actually, again, when it comes to that kind of stuff, Nintendo has proven that they do that. They did it with Mercury Steam and Metroid. They did it with, like, Level 5 and some of the games that they worked on. Right? Didn't they make, Luigi... Well, I guess they didn't go from a remake into a game, right? But they put them on, like, Luigi's Mansion after the first one was a Nintendo in-house game. So I feel like the thing you hear from them a lot of the time is like, or you would hear things like that. Like I remember some people getting mad about this. Like I think when it was about F-Zero, I think, where they're like, well, we just don't really have an idea for a new installment of this. And one of the ways that they kind of make sure that like some franchises stay getting installments is to give them to like studios that they've purchased or other studios like that. Anything down here? No, but didn't you think that was a good idea for me to look down there? But I'll tell you, they're not fucking putting a new fucking developer on Zelda. They already have a fucking developer like that for Zelda. It's called Grezzo. They're not making fucking Ocarina. Well, actually, I guess we don't know. They could be making the Ocarina remake. It doesn't seem like they would be, though. They already made one of them. Hey, Rinslet, thanks. Not sarcasm, actually. That sounded sarcastic, but I actually didn't mean it that way. Yeah, I think it will be in-house, too. Just joined and have already seen 2 deaths. Well, they were... Also, what's up, Tamal? They were deaths... They were exploratory deaths. You know, like how sharks take an exploratory bite sometimes? How they sense with the front of their face? I took an exploratory death. Because I was exploring for something. Look at this wretched, fucking pitiable creature here. I hate it. I'm loving the music in this stage, though. It's gonna be a good for me. I'm gonna give it a good on this. Whoa. Oh. I'm transcending right now. This is lovely. Did you guys hear that? Did we experience that together? Or it was just me. I hope it wasn't just me. I hope it was you guys too. Did you guys just experience that with me? It might just be me. I don't know. It might just be me. Rayman, can you go in that water? I don't want to try. We're already down here. I think I probably got another 2 cages in me that I can still find in this level. Fuck. I'm gonna die to this, though. That was just like, I don't know, get the collectible, but we're gonna kill you before you can get out. Get the collectible, but you're not making it home. You better hope there's an afterlife. This is where you go up and around, if you're pro like me. Yeah, I do think to a degree they are always looking for some way to produce another of their big franchises. Oh, I don't like that thing either. Is that my darkness? Read my funny One Piece joke? I'm sorry. Cave of Scops is just Ripley One Piece. True! He wrote a little, scribbled it up right on there in Sharpie. The Cave of Scops. Okay, ready? Oh! I don't remember these guys. I think that some of these later levels, like I know Eat at Joe's, which is the next level after this one, I'm pretty sure. I know that level has some significant differences with the Game Boy Advance version, and I think a lot of these sort of later, more advanced levels kind of do. When I was looking up some other stuff, including the thing about the continues with this game, I actually also... Yeah, I knew it. This motherfucker can't swim. I did look up some of the other things about the GBA version, just because I was reading things about the game. And I know we were talking about the lives and stuff like that, but actually, in addition to that, that game gives you more than one minimal health and max health, which is another big kind of change that smooths out the difficulty a little. You load in with 4 health, and then your max can be 6, I guess, right? And they added more like checkpoints and stuff throughout the levels, things like that. Even though I still remembered it being a ball buster when I was a kid, so. But I was a kid. I hadn't played Castlevania. I hadn't played Celeste. I had played significantly fewer difficult, like, platformer action games at that point. I hadn't played Celeste Chapter 9. I didn't even know what it was, because it didn't exist. I think we have to go up here. I think this is the way. It sounds... Rayman. Rayman! It sounds like he has the hiccups when he gets hit. He's got those sizz hiccups that last the whole game. Yeah, they did keep the invisible triggers, although I think they made them a little more visible, too. I think they added, like, a little shiny mark sometimes. I was reading about that also. There are still the, like, you know, trigger points in the levels that are just kind of floating there in space, but I think they've got little, like... There is a little more of a visual indicator than this game. where they are, you just walk over them and you hear a sound effect that sometimes you'll be able to hear and sometimes you'll miss completely because you're yapping about Sony or some dumb bullshit that's worse than Rayman. When you should be keyed in on a real video game like this. Okay, there's the last cage, so we know we've got them all. No? Okay. Woo! One thing I love is that you, because of the way Rayman's fist works, you can get these little swing rings on the backswing. Alright, well. Which does help because they are pretty precise a lot of the time. I think that that is like a cool way to be a little forgiving, but also like use the powers that have been outlined for Rayman. Okay, where did I... Oops. Where did I get that gold fist? I guess it doesn't matter. The gold fist isn't faster. It just does more damage. There is a faster fist, but it's the S fist, not just the gold one. We didn't get that anyway. It's just that that is helpful on the swinging things. And in Rayman 2, when Rayman swings, he goes, whoa, whoa. He goes, ah. Snack of whale sounds. Alright, how the fuck do I get that cage? Oh, wait, did that just spawn some clouds over there? Were those there before? Oh, whoa! I did not think I was gonna grab that. We died for it anyway, though. Oh, well. Lives mean nothing to me right now. Oops. I forgot which direction we needed to go here. Those, I hear it now. I just heard the snack a whale sound. I hear it. Do you hear it in the background there? It's like a cave whale. It's like one of those terrestrial cave whales. It's like a she-singer. Whales are the she-singer of the sea. Thoughts? Why does Rayman drown in water? It's such a good question. In Rayman 2, he can swim. And the swimming in that game for a 3D platformer, pretty good, I think. Guys, I've been watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. I actually didn't watch any of it this past week. I would consider myself still be rewatching it. No. I'm like, there's a point where if I hit that right when I'm moving forward, I will like always get it. And then if I like waffle on it, I'm never gonna get it. No, 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 no. Swing, you can, but, here, I'll show you, Sis. I'll show you, Sis, I'll show you. No, they don't force you to jump, but you do have to jump to, okay, that's in there. There's gotta be a... Wait, look at him. Go up! Thanks, Rayman, but how? Oh, you should go up! Thanks, buddy. There must be a way to get a cloud to, like, spawn that will, like, carry me over there or something like that. You have to jump to get up these. Which is just what I'm trying to do. I guess that it is better just to kind of take it on the swing. I was just kind of rushing myself. No? Yeah, right. He's trying to Fuck. He's trying to Rayman-splain to me about how to play the game. I know how to do it, dude. I've been the one driving this whole time. I don't think going... Let's see. Wasn't there a cage over there to the left anyway? I don't think going over there will be my answer about this. I think it's going to have something to do with the swinging. If you guys have never seen it, it's worth looking up clips of the Rayman cartoon, which from what I understand had a failed, kind of failed pilot, but is still sort of known to some people because they put it out on DVD, or like they did like a home release. There was like a Rayman cartoon, I guess in like the sort of the 2000s. It was after Rayman 2 came out, where Billy West voiced Rayman, and for whatever reason decided he should have a Boston accent. If you haven't seen Rayman go, "We'll fix your car," or whatever, like he says something. There's this one part where he's talking about fixing someone's car, and he's like, "Sure, we'll fix your car." There's a Rayman cartoon that like did not catch on, where Billy West voiced what can only be described as Rayman from Boston, and it's funny. It's worth a watch, and by worth a watch I mean like just Google like a YouTube clips of it or something. It's bizarre. Now I should mention, and this is not something we've mentioned either. I wonder if you guys know about this. I should mention that the Rayman cartoon I just talked about is not the most recent time Rayman has been animated. He featured in an episode of a show called Captain Laserhawk, which was a sort of a like Ubisoft, some animated show in joint production with Ubisoft that had a bunch of their characters in it. One of whom was Rayman. Do you guys know about this? There's an episode of the show Captain Laserhawk, which is like a mature, like violent, swearing, like adult show, where from what I understand, there are like little aliens or something, and Rayman is in the show, and he's like a little good boy alien guy. And I don't know, like something happens to him, and he's like a reporter or something, and he loses his job, and he goes down like a famous person, like drug spiral, where he like snorts cocaine. He at one point eats sushi off of a like well-endowed cow woman's ass. He shoots a bunch of people up at the end, I think. It is crazy. It is if you Google like Captain Laserhawk Rayman, there's like a whole episode where they like do like a TMZ like Rayman's fall from grace story type thing within this otherwise just like whatever Ubisoft show. I am positive it is the most memorable thing about the show. This is like a couple years old. But for a while, at least, that was his most recent appearance in something, was Captain Laserhawk. And I do think that even though it is not what the plot of the episode is about, I think the idea of him kind of going from, like, the wide-eyed platformer guy to being, like, this washed-up, like, has-been who's just, like, drinking and drugging away all of his money. Like, I think that's sort of the point of the reason why he's the character. I don't understand the physics of this that well, actually. There we go. We gotta be left of the cage to get it. I just don't know. Maybe I can crawl? I just don't know how to get in there. We gotta get in there somehow. There is a little way to do it. But it seems like if we want to get in there from the left, we need to infiltrate the left, is what I'm trying to say. I guess I could, like, jump down here, see if there's anything down here. This is the last cage, though. Like, we're so close. We're looking at about an hour here for Eat at Joe's, which I believe is the longest level in the game. But I gotta imagine this one is almost over. There's no way to get back up there from here, though, I don't think. Well, I guess you could do that. Alright, well, I guess I can see now if anything spawned here. Go up! Maybe, what if these spikes are fake and they aren't spikes that can hurt you? No? Right? It's either we gotta somehow find a way to go in from the right side or find some way to like make a cloud spawn or something from this side. I could go back over here. This is where, oh, well, there was a cage here. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe that you do get these one after the other. Haba? Dang it. Oh, you gotta ride it back again. Stupid ass game. Look at the background back there. That reminds me of in Pooh's Grand Adventure, that Winnie the Pooh movie, when they're in Skull, and they're like in that cave part. That part used to like scare me as a kid. Did anybody else grow up with that movie? The like Winnie the Pooh that was like more like plot focused. It delved into the insecurities and doubts of the characters, and Owl wanted them to conform. I remember that. This is so funny to compare these movies to each other. But I remember that movie and Kiki's Delivery Service as being the two of the, probably the two earliest movies that sort of made me feel like a complicated feeling. I always describe those as that. Now, one of those I have not seen since I was a child, and the other one is Kiki's Delivery Service, a movie I love. But I don't know, for whatever reason, that fucking Winnie the Pooh, like, direct-to-videos. Did that get a theater release? I don't even know. For some reason, that Winnie the Pooh, like, sequel that I don't even think got very good reviews, where they're, like, I don't know, afraid that fucking Christopher Robin is, like, lost, or he's, like, forgetting them, or he's gone or something. That movie made me, like, more than, like, sad or scared. It was, like, it made me feel, like, in the middle on that. Yeah, The Grand Adventure. The Adventure. 7 out of 10 on IMDb. Oh, that's pretty good, I feel like. Whereas, like, The Lion King or something, it was just like, oh, I'm sad that, you know, I'm sad at the part where Mufasa died. It wasn't, like, more than that, you know? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to spoil it. My mom thinks that The Lion King is the first movie I ever saw in the theaters. However, she also tells a story that she, myself, and my dad went opening night to that movie, and it was sold out. And as in her recollection, we didn't see it that night, and I was very upset. So I don't know if we went back to see it. I don't remember it, but also I was 2 when it came out. I thought it was Dumbo. Well, Dumbo hit theaters before I was born. by like 50 years, sis. By like a good while. 40 to 50 years. First movie I ever saw in the theaters, my mom says, was The Lion King. Came out in 1994. We definitely had Dumbo on VHS, though, when I was a kid. And I did love Dumbo, and I had a stuffed Dumbo that was my favorite. But I don't remember seeing that. I think she thinks we saw Toy Story in the movie theaters, too, and I don't remember seeing that either. I do remember seeing Toy Story, though, once, because I remember once I watched it on VHS with my aunt who was visiting. And the reason why that is a vivid memory to me is because we were both, I think I got her sick. We were both really fucking sick with like a stomach bug. And both like sitting on the couch, both like taking turns throwing up and watching Toy Story with my aunt. Yeah, one of my aunts from Maine, my Aunt Barb. And that I do remember. I do have genuine real memories of that. Now Toy Story I think came out in '95. And we watched it on VHS that time, so it could have been '96. At that point I would have been 4. Which makes a little more sense as to why I would remember that. But it still feels like it would have been a really early memory. Oh my fuck. You're asking me to do this without a checkpoint? Oh, we did it. Give me a checkpoint, please. Or better yet, the end of the level. It's probably under here, right? Yeah, I don't remember seeing it in theaters, though. I remember seeing Toy Story 2 in theaters. Whew. All right, well, there's Crystal Palace. Hooray. No woohoos tonight? Oh, you mean the yeah? Yeah, I don't know what's up with it. Maybe sometimes when you boot the game, it just decides no. When did Toy Story come out? I'm looking it up. Toy Story was 95, right? Yeah. VHS, though, I'm confident it would have come out in 96. Yeah, this came out in November. I remember seeing A Bug's Life in theaters. And I loved Bug's Life, you guys. That was my favorite movie for a while. I, loved it. I know people think of that as, a Pixar black sheep, kind of. Like, it's one of their least remembered, classic films. I loved A Bug's Life. I remember I had a Bug's Life play set. I think it was Hopper, and you opened it up and there was stuff in there to play with and little figures and stuff. Loved that. I had a Bug's Life themed birthday party for one of my birthdays where it was the 90s. It was a pretty gendered time. All of the boys wore little headbands with blue pipe cleaners on them, and all the girls wore pink or I guess purple headbands with purple pipe cleaners on them, and we curled the head cleaners to look like their little antennas. That's gonna be a classic Joan. That's my mom. This would be a classic Joan idea. And it was goated. It was a very fun birthday for me. I remember it vividly. Shoutouts to Joan. What was I looking at on here? Fuck. Was I just gonna look something up, or did I already look it up? I don't know, I guess it was just that. Oh, Toy Story release date, 1995. I lived in California at that point. It's a weird little period of time where we lived in California for 18 months. But I remember that California house, even though, again, I lived there when I was 5. We lived in Petaluma, which, from what I understand, is sort of in the, I don't think it's necessarily Northern California, but it's not like SoCal or anything. It's pretty far north. We moved there because of my dad's work, and then we moved from Florida to there, and then back to Florida. But I was a Cali boy for a little bit. I remember we visited San Francisco while I was out there too. I don't remember very much of that, but I know they're pretty nearby, so it was sort of I don't know if it's necessarily a San Francisco suburb, but that's the biggest iconic major California city that it's closest to. Okay. All right. So hey, we did it. That's the Cave of Scops. I think only has 3 levels. It's Crystal Palace, Eat at Joe's, and then the boss level, which I think we'll probably have to do next time. But after that, and once we get all the rest of the cages, there's only the final level. The Mr. Dark level is all just one final thing. So even though I know that level is a piece of work also, I think we'll be fine. We got an hour tonight, too. I haven't given up on making more progress beyond Joe. All right, but let's eat at Joe's, guys. Crystal Palace, that one wasn't too bad, though. And this is him. A little Zognoid for us. He's like, hey, Rayman, look at my eyes. Here, I've got eyes. Oh, and look. It's a fun place for us, and he's got a little booby bikini girl on his calendar. Joe offers Rayman a firefly to light up the dark. if you're not already going over that, just wait. Oh, I guess I'm in the level now. I guess that's just timer based. Hey, look at this, baby. Dark level. Dark level. Now, I do think one of the things that's cool about this is the light actually follows your fist. So you can use this to kind of like... Oh yeah, I forgot this is in the demo. You can use this to kind of see where you could go. Which is cute. This has nothing to do with eating or Joe. No, the only eat at Joe's, the only thing about this level is that beginning part we were just in. Everything else is just some fucking obnoxious bitch of a level. Everything else is just mean. It's only called that because of that beginning part. Fuck. We might just put the life code in already. Do you guys know about the Crystal Palace dinosaurs? I just had this thought while we were on the menu, but I was talking about something else. If you've never seen the Crystal Palace dinosaurs, you should look them up. There's this, I don't know if it's an actual palace, but there's this place, I think it's like a park or something. There's this park or something in England, I believe, that had like one of the earliest, like these statues and sculptures of like the earliest scientific depictions of like what people thought dinosaurs looked like. And they're really funny. You should. What I'm trying to say is you should go look up, just like Google Crystal Palace dinosaurs. I think they're still there, but they just are very funny looking. Yeah, they're a bit of a Hell Valley Sky people. Isn't this the level with the fucked up guys? The Hell Valley Sky trees. Oh, you thought. You fucking thought, huh? Well, sometimes it's good to die. Yeah, they're just like big iguanas, kind of. Well, that's what people thought. I'm safe here. What is making fucking jet engine sounds? Okay. Should be punching around. Should we... Let's see. Okay, is that a... Fuck is that? Is that a pirate over there? I feel like I'm seeing bullets coming from the hunter guys. No? Okay, well there is a way you can go down here. I feel like that means we want to go up here though. Is there anything up here? We sure are going to need to find cages in the dark. Okay, there were some tings. I just heard something fall. I heard something spawn or something happen. Oh god, now there's these guys. I think he's new though. I think this is right back where we were. What happens if I go back up? There is some shit up there though. Oh no, I think we're not quite done with that. We got little Sis 16 bongos here. Okay, well, if there's... Fuck. We might need to break that rock. It seems like it's a line of tings, which would imply to me that we need a cloud we can ride on through that. What funny things were we saying on the Spyro bracket, Kingo? This is giving me like claustrophobia a little bit. I'm getting a little low-key claustro about this. Ow.
Hoppa, is there anything Hoppa that will happen if I go down here?
Well, there's something up there for sure. I just am not sure how to engage with it. These won't fall, right? Maybe we go around. Oh yeah, I can get up here. Ow! Okay, we're safe for a little. Can I get that dark tune there? Eh! Eh! Okay. Alright, that's all that was, I guess. That's fine. Ow. Okay, I'm good to progress, I think. Except that I don't know where to go either. I guess it's over here. Okay, that's the way out. They can't be like that mean about this though, right? Oops. Godslayer Meekins. Was Mike Godslayer Meekins, was that from the Sizz Ace Attorney thing, or was that a joke we had before that? I know it came up in the Sizz playthrough. Like we did do additional jokes about it. But yeah, I think we had jokes about Meekin's like power level before that. Okay, now I see. All right, well now I see that there's tings down here. Hold on. Aha. Aha. How could you really be mad? Wait. Okay, just spikes up there, though. I had to check. Do we think it's worth it's not hard to get these, right? I think it's worth getting these, No? Fuck. Oh, my back. Oh, my back. You guys Zebra played Wario today? Wario Land 3. I'm not faulting any of my friends for this. I'm merely speaking it as just like a neutral, objective fact. I think I have been a little cucked this year by... Actually, it sucks because this is all about Zebra. I've been a little cucked in a similar, but not exactly the same way that Zebra cucked K-Man. I've been a little cucked by like other stream schedules, I think. Now, it really doesn't matter, because you can do whatever you want. We've proven that time and time again. But I definitely, personally, really wanted to play Wario Land 4, like, sometime right around here. But, when Zebra was like, I'm playing Wario Land 3 next, I was like, I don't want to play Wario at the same time Zebra's playing it. And the same is true. Now this actually, you know what, Zebra, don't feel bad, because this is about Sizz. This is also about Sizz. This is also his fault, even though it's no one's fault, including mine. I've also wanted to there's a Pokemon project I've had my eye on wanting to do. And right now, Zebra's streaming Pokemon. And Sizz, I know, wants to do Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Hilarious, by the way. And so I'm like, will I want to be playing that at the same time as either of them also? Is that a lot of Pokemon? I know we all like Pokemon a lot. Just finished Bubsy, lane's open, score. Fuck. What was I looking for around here? What was I? We think there's another cage in here, right? We died, like, right at the end there, and I was so sure that there was... I felt so, like, determined about where I was going. And now I don't know. Yeah, Combs definitely got a while left before Silk Song is over. Not like a long, long while, but he's definitely got a little while. Like a couple streams at least. No, I think I figured out what I want to do for... I think we already said it, didn't we? We're playing Metroid Other M next time. It was gonna be... Oops. It was gonna be Wario... It was gonna be Wario instead of this, actually. No, Rayman, no! Rayman! My leg hurts. What's wrong with my back and my leg right now? I think it's asleep. I wasn't even sitting appy sauce over this either. This is my casual mode. What was that? Oh. Wait, did we... Hold on. Did we look at this? This is where the first cage was, right? Huh? 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 Ow. What happened to my leg? I've only just started Eat Joe's. I'm positive this is not the only lights out screen also. Except, you guys, that this screen with it in the dark, this is not even, like, the screen. Like, this is trivial compared to, like, what the hard part of this level is. You'll see when we get there. We would have done this. This would have been easy if I wasn't looking for stuff. If I wasn't taking those exploratory deaths. Whoa. Oh, that was the thing that falls down on you, huh? Okay, how the fuck did I do this before? It's from this cloud. Did I run and then jump? Yes. Okay, again, I know this is not necessary for us to get, but, it's just like a free fast fist and the P thing. Ooh, that did something, though. I heard the little dingle. It's not over here, is it? Ow. Ow. It's okay, we just got health. Okay, keep an eye out for whatever that was. I heard the thing. There's gotta be something, like, down there, I feel like. Or over there. No. Not that I can see, though. There's definitely something else. There has to be. I know it. Ah. Okay, if I drop here, I'm fine. Okay, there's a life there now. I guess that's probably what it was then. Okay, then this might be done. How many cages did I find in here? 1. I'm just gonna look this part up. I don't want to. I'm not doing Eat at Joe's twice. I hope you can forgive me. And again, you can't go back between screens, so I'm gonna do what we did on the other levels, and I just want to know the number. I just want to know what we could have gotten. Okay, yes, this screen only has the 1 cage. All right, we're good to progress from here. And I want to get to the end before we do it. Before we, like, look. Yeah, and this is basically what one's average Margaritaville dining experience looks like. That just sounded like a big, farty, shitty, big old, messy dump is what that sounded like, Rayman.
Oh. It's over. And we're back to Whale Sound Wonder. Sis.
Question, I know we've been jumping on them this entire game, but do you guys think these, like, closed eyes clouds are giving a little demure to them? They've got, like, lashes. Don't we see? I feel like they're giving a little bit of an, oh my. They're, like, serving a little bit. They have eyes? Yeah, that's what these little darker colored ones are. They're like closed eyes. These ones don't, but those ones definitely do. And the big front puff is almost like a Rayman-like nose, which is on this cloud that I'm standing on too. It's just the normal sprite. But on these sleeping ones, it looks like a nose, which gives them an air of Raymanity. I'm not satisfied with that. This game teaches you not to trust. Oh! Oh. Well, wait, well, what? Couldn't you see Rayman with like a sick fucking bass guitar? Just fucking putting this bass line down on this song. And he's got his head kind of like drooped down, so his like Ray hair is kind of fucking swirling around. He's making all the Ray women's Ray pussies get moist. He's moistening all the his like little Ray groupies, Ray pussies in the crowd playing this. Huh? I think he could be doing that. Okay, there's a cage. Excuse me? This game's not like that. There's no Ray pussies, and there's no that. Whoa! Okay, I'm alive still. That's what's important. There's a checkpoint up there. There's a checkpoint coming up. The group... Jesus Christ. The groupies awaiting moisture. The Ray groupies. This is just asking for me for this thing to swing me too low and for me to get hit by those guys, but I guess not. I guess it was just there to scare me. Ah! Okay, is there anything if I jump around up here? Okay, I think we're good here. This is a truly forgiving chest. Or, I almost call them fucking chests. Truly forgiving cage. I don't know if I'm supposed to be going up here. This seems like the way to go. What was down here? Now this seems like the way to go. I feel like because you have to jump up here to find this. This must be the way to go. That swing is pretty hidden. Last FF14 story patch before Evercold this month? Hell yeah. Instead, it's always hot. Facts. When does Evercold come out? How the fuck am I supposed to grab that? Okay, I don't know why I thought it was coming out this year. Oh, that was close though. I think that it looks like this should not be happening, but I think it can be done. Evercold, I sure hope it does. There we go. Road work ahead. No! No! Oh well, I did it once. I'll be able to get back. Is it a directional input that makes you jump further? It doesn't seem like it. What it would seem like to me is you want to go like right at the edge. Like the inert point of the swing. Bro, no, don't laugh. I said that. I think didn't I read yours also, Zebra? I was reacting to both. No. But I feel like I'm going too late there, actually. Yeah, this is the Mario 64 part. It's got that pan flute. Eh! How the heck did I do it before? Sizz! I fucking popped off that shit. Maybe you gotta maybe the momentum is in where you grab it from. See, that time though I jumped big. Fuck. We soared to it that one time. I'm gonna try to throw it from downtown. Yeah, the sling stars that go. Maybe I didn't say it out loud. But I acknowledged the zebra thing in my own special way, which is not verbally or mentally or or anything. I did acknowledge it though. Oh! Maybe I'm letting go too late. We got to do it at the dip, not at the dup. Maybe a little more at the dip, but not the dup. Like here? Huh. Almost. I will eventually grab it from swinging like that. Oops. Huh. Will, you are committed to finishing Bleach? I promise you 1,000 Year Blood War can't be that good. You know who thinks it's that good? The Bleach fan base. They think it's all good. No. Wait, that time I felt it though. There's like a little pop you can get. Let's practice it on here. He'll at least probably have peak aura. I guess it's worth knowing if it really has peak aura or not. See, I feel like I'm getting it on that one. Is Shad gonna be in it? He'll be there. He'll be present. No. I'm positive there's a cage up there, though. Oh my god. But you see how it seems like I'm getting it better on that other ring. Who is your, like, favorite and or least favorite, like, character in the main cast of a shonen thing who doesn't do anything? You can't say anyone from One Piece because it's not true. Bleach has a bunch of them, though. Yo, Odie. Like, they, like, don't get fights. They are a fighter. Maybe they got some early game, like, early session fights. But, like, or, like, I guess they do get fights. They do get fights. There we go. I got it that time. No! I wish I had the fucking Cope Gamer Rewind button. I think TN does count because even though, like, he had his time, he's still, like, he shows up still. He's, like, still one of the characters. One of the characters of all time. Oh my god, Rock Lee does fall off. I know I didn't finish Naruto Shippuden, but like I couldn't even tell you like what Rock Lee does in like the end game of that. When he was such a like people's champ character in the early part of that series. Yes. Okay, yes, I've done it. Taijutsu, well, yeah, I mean, that's a given, but... Haruka Undead Unluck, that's a pretty good one. Undead Unluck definitely has some guys like that, but I feel like it's just because, even though I love Undead Unluck, that series did not get close to tapping into its full potential, I think. I love what it is, I love what we got, but there's so much we could have got more with some of those characters. Do you guys remember that Haruka from Undead Unluck was the namesake of Haruka 1/2? Sort of. Ranma 1/2 was also that, but like Haruka, like that's why it was Haruka. It's because of Haruka from Undead Unluck, who funnily enough was a Destiny big girl herself, and we didn't even know about that yet. Okay, that was 2 in this screen. All right, well, thank fuck I'm done up here. And I can get back to being goated at this game. Ow. Oh my god, that is devilish. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm through without dying, so we'll just not die. I just won't get hit or die for this next part. Ow. Still in it. Well, all right. I feel like JoJo's genuinely does a pretty good job with not having their characters be that way. But that's because I feel like the parts are like shorter than like a whole fucking shonen series, and they're all gonna get a couple encounters each. Unless you're like Fugo or something, but that doesn't really, it's not really, fuck, that's not really the same thing. Written out because Araki got sad. Is this the final level? It's close. We're getting there. Most people consider this the hardest level in the game. We have not gotten to the hard part, which is, will be interesting for people to see what that part's like. Not saying this isn't hard, but, like, we have not gotten to, like, the notorious part of this level yet. But we're getting through it. There's this one, there's a boss of this cave world, and then there's the final boss. But you do need to get all the collectibles, as we said, to unlock that. So we've got a ways to go, but not like a ton of time. I keep forgetting that disappears on its own, but not like a ton left to go. Okay, what killed me here last time? I'm trying to remember. It was just like this, right? There we go. Okay. I don't know what you are and I don't respect you. Why is that in here? Could I have come down some sort of cable car thing? Okay, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna do another quick check here. This is part 3 of the level. Anyone in MHA? Oh my god, true. That is like the series of that. They get those fights in, like, some of the, I swear, some of the, like, class 1s, or is it 1A, is that what they're called? Holy shit, there is, like, a whole fucking, what is this? Class 1, like, so many of those characters, like, may get a fight in, like, I don't even remember if all of them get a fight in that, like, tournament part of the sports festival. But then they get some battles and stuff when they have to take the test or whatever, too. But God, some of those guys don't do anything. Like, they never even get, like, an fight. The tuning exams at least give, like, all the characters some, like, encounter. Okay, I think we got 3 here, right? Fuck, did I get that one? Oh my god, I don't remember. That's before the checkpoint, though. I swear we got one before the checkpoint. I know, like, it's late at night, and this is, like, I don't know, people podcast this playthrough anyway. Wait. Why is that cage up there? It should have been... So I don't blame anybody for not remembering. Oh, fuck, did I get that? Oh, I don't remember. I think I'm gonna take a death. I feel like I got 3, but now I don't remember. Okay, we have unlimited lives. I'm gonna take a death. Okay, so I went up here. I'm looking at this guide, which is showing a cage up here. But it's not where that, like, life was. I think we did get a cage up there, though. I might come back through. I could do that, right? I could do that on my own stream. I really should be paying attention to this. This one is on me. I should be paying attention to how many cages we've gotten, or like writing it down or tallying it or something. I'm going to my own stream. Some people look at my answer and are like, I wish my character had what Tenshinhan had. It's true. Like, even though he definitely just gets sidelined as it goes, he had plenty of, he had moments for sure. He was important for a long time. And by a long time, I mean, like, some time. He was one of the stronger characters on the good guys team for, like, a decent while. The good guys also. The Dragon Ball good guys for us. Okay, that's the previous level. Okay, here I'm doing this thing. Okay, so there was one cage. I think, wait, these are not, am I looking at the right version of the game? Oh, that's the PC version. Whew. Okay, that's what it was. This guide has, like, the different versions, like, with each other. Okay, do you need all the cages in one go? No, but I don't want to replay this level. I don't want to do this again, so I'm making sure I've got them all now. You do need all of them, so I'm just cheating for my own sanity. Because you do have to finish the level if you go back for like a cleanup on one of them. You do have to still beat it to make that count. Okay, so I know the two then that we've gotten. It's just this one that was up here on the swinging hoops. Which I'm positive, I swear we got a cage up there. But I just want to make sure. Leave no ray unmanned. Feel me? Leave no ray unmanned. If you got an unmanned ray, figure it out, dude. With Shaman King, I always think about Manta. Is he one of those, Zebra? I look at that kid and I'm like, how could he possibly like continue through the series? I look at that kid and I'm like, I feel like he probably gets written out, right? Does Manta like stay in the series? Or Morty, I think he was called on the 4Kids version. Manta. He wasn't really a fighter though. He was just there to like be the guy that like Yo bounced off of in the beginning. Okay, here we go. Okay, okay, I got that one. All right, we're good. We're good. We can eat at Joe's. I died for no reason. We gotta do that hard fucking spike part again, but it's whatever, man. Simon, oh my god, Sizz, he's so that. What a jobber. I need somebody else to get into Chojin X to appreciate how much of like a Sasuke that's actually nothing is in that series. Chojin X, definitely a series that is like very, very, very much about like its 3 central characters and then like a few characters that are important to them. But it does have some other like Naruto like guys. And a lot of them are pretty cool. I like most of them. But there's one guy who is There's one guy who is like a Sasuke. And he just like doesn't do anything. All he does is job. I guess like I know that Rinslet and Isaac too at least have read some of Chojin X. I don't think either of them are caught up on it though. I think it's over for him, though. There's no coming back from what he did. Chojin X is in a really cool place right now. You're caught up? You should post about it, dude. New chapter. Sizz always lets us know when there's a new chapter. No, Sakamoto is not that. Sakamoto's goated. I don't know if Gintama like really has a that, because like they don't really have like matchups, and for what it's worth, Sakamoto gets a matchup even in a series that doesn't really have like matchup fights. He's one of the few characters that does get that. Here's what you do, Snack. Propose a swap. Propose someone do a pact. Then let them get into Chojin X, and you don't read the series that you said you were gonna, that I said I was gonna read in this case. Is that what I should do, Sizz? If you pact with me, I'll read all of your thing. Oh! Well, yeah, but Black Cat wasn't a pact. This is the level with the 16 bongos, which I think are usually the most treacherous. No. No. God, why do these guys take 4 trillion hits? All right, we should probably put our code in. Rayman. This fucking magnifying glass thing. It's the easiest no I've ever seen. World's most telegraphed no without saying anything that is no. Okay. L2, R1. Fuck. This fucking Reddit, you don't know shit about dick. They don't know anything. All right, give me like a real guide where people really know things about video games. Here's the code. L2, R1, L1, R2. There we go. This dude, hey Matt, what if you spawned in and you hit the world's most fucking devilish looking face right at the camera and then you went after the character who was already creep crawling underneath treacherous spikes? He hit a gym look. Okay, I think we just need to run through here. Yeah, I mean, I love a good nothing character. Some characters are just funny or cool, or you just like them because. I think to otherwise, like, to have like your favorite guy, like, be the one that's always doing something is like writing brained. Which I know that in its own way sounds so stupid, but I believe in it as a term. Although I do feel like I am, I guess not necessarily, I am not the person who like will soul read the character that I'm gonna like right from the beginning of something. Usually in the very beginning of something, unless there's someone who stands out like a lot to me, I am just kind of letting it all wash over me. And I generally do not like find a favorite until like well into a series a lot of the time. So I don't often run into that issue where like the character I was really hoping would like get a bunch of content and do something doesn't, because it's like a lot of the time if they don't get it, like then I just am not gonna like them really. But every now and then it'll just be like, well, I just like this character for this reason. Like they may not be like anything too much, but something about them resonates with me, or I like their design, or just something like that. But I'm not much of a first impression person. Or for some characters, like a character's one moment, if it's something that I really liked or resonated with, it will be enough for me to like carry them through the whole thing, kind of. And I won't necessarily be like tapping my foot through every fucking episode of a show waiting for them to get another moment. No! Yeah, I think that's a good example. Is unknown. Because I do think he's one of the best characters, and that's all he really does, is that one part. He does have a couple little good moments in other parts of the series, but like, it's really all about just that arc. That's like why, for instance, for me with like One Piece, there are some, like, you feel like people say this a lot about like a lot of the Straw Hats, and I think it's fine because I don't even disagree with the sentiment. But like some of the Straw Hat members who have done less, like since the time skip happened, I feel like people tend to be like, I'm moving them down in my ranking because they haven't done anything in a while. And I'm like, well, I don't know, because the part of the series that I love the most is the part when they were all doing things. And to me, like, that's One Piece still. Like, what we're doing now is also One Piece. But, like, what came out, like, fucking, even shit that I read, like, 15 years ago, is, like, means more to me than what's happening now. It's how I feel about it, kind of. So it's like, yeah, would I like Frankie or Chopper to do something? Yeah, always. I'm always like wanting that, but it's not really gonna move them down in my like estimation of the characters because they had Water 7 and Drum Island, and they will always have had that. This this part of the screen would be great if not for these fucking ant things. These have taken this from like doable and challenging to like a fucking noxious. You just have to get lucky that you don't get hit by one of these little tracking spike things. This guy you can kill, but I swear those other ones took more than 4 hits for me and they did not die. They may be invincible. I guess we could try it. Maybe I can get him. Can I stun lock him? Okay, you can get him. Okay, hold on. Readjusted. Why do they take 4 hits? Such a good question. And they keep shooting you from off screen. Or maybe not. Maybe those are just the ones that were tracking me from before. Fuck. I'm not sure. Maybe I just need to walk onto that platform? It looks like you'd get hit from the top, but maybe you don't. I also need not to take a hit from that. I'm just gonna die on this one. You just walk over it. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I think I would prefer in a perfect world to have every character get a great moment all the time. But I also think with like the way that like One Piece kind of wants to do their end game, I don't envy the idea of having to try to do that. I feel like that would be hard to do. Whew. Okay, that's what you have to do. You just walk over it. What? This is the beginning. I'm back here. All right, let me check my guide. We brought the saucer, it's true. Hey, can you fucking refresh the page? Why do all wikis suck? Oh my god. The saucer went off the screen, Sis. Okay, that was stage 4. Does not have any cages. Okay. Yeah, it is, but this is where we started the screen. It just wasn't here the first time. Which, like, you know, we came back around. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I get, like, wanting to see your, like, favorite do stuff. I'm not saying, like, there couldn't be more of that, because there definitely could. But I also think that, like, I don't, to me also, like, getting, like, a funny gag, or, like, like, a cute moment, or something like that, like, a couple times an arc is, like, like, that feeds me with all the Straw Hats. I think that's good. I like it. You would hope that a character would get, like, a fight or something to do, but I don't necessarily think they never do. I know, like, for instance, Chopper hasn't had a fight in a while. I wouldn't say he hasn't gotten a crumb, though. He does stuff sometimes, still. He might end up being important in this arc. I also think One Piece in particular takes a long time to tell its story. So it can feel like a long time, like it can feel like it's taking fucking forever for a character to, like, do something again. But all I'm saying, oh, I screamed into the fucking mic. All I'm saying is, like, I feel like I don't personally feel that same level of, like, any of these characters have been abandoned, that I feel like I see some people talk about. Hey, Odin, have a good rest of work. And I think that the way that some people, like, talk about One Piece, it's like, I don't know, bro, are you gonna write the story? It's like, and I don't think you should be like, you know, obviously, of course, you can make criticisms about something that you like without offering, like, well, here's what should have happened. But at the same time, it's also like, you know, there's a lot of balls to juggle. Yeah, the Odin lunch break check-in. If I was gonna write One Piece, here's what I would write. Week 1, One Piece sex chapter. Week 2, One Piece sex chapter. I was thinking because it actually got one. You guys remember that clip that Will did where Sis was like, there's like a really funny Will clip. I remember he was playing Astrobot. Where Sis was like, Will, what do you want to see from Shonen Jump tomorrow? And he was like, let me think. Blue Box sex chapter, One Piece sex chapter. Manga tomorrow. It's a funny clip. There's got to be something here, right? I wonder if I should have written this down. Written this down here. No, it actually looks like it's nothing. Okay, I think it's nothing. We are still not at the hard part also. I guess at this point it's got to be the last fucking screen. Because even though this level has a ton of screens, this guide says it only has 6, including the Eat at Joe's part, and I think this is screen 5. So I guess the hard one must be the last one. It's still like twice the number of screens that all the other levels in the game have. Was Kai, because I'm not looking at it right now. I was gonna say, was Kaedegami still alive or was that dead? Kaedegami comes back in a sex chapter. A man who will never let go of Kaedegami. It's so funny to me. No. Can I grab? Yes. Look at him. Wait, look at him.
Oh, you should go up.
Rayman, we don't have a way to go up.
Oh, you should go. You should get up there. No problem.
Is it ever gonna come back?
Hello?
Nuts. Hey, I personally though, I like a thing in a level that's like this. Like any kind of like moving platform ride. I don't know why I'm ducking here, but it is making me feel safer. Huh. What have I loved and lost? You lost Green Greens, Rinsla. Didn't you and Comb really like that? Genuinely, there is nothing that I have lost that I like truly miss like that in Shonen Jump. maybe that's antithetical to my fucking soul. Maybe that speaks something about me. But even like the things that I've liked, usually when it gets to a point, I'm like, writing's on the wall for this one, man. Maybe it has something to do with that thing I was talking about where I'm like, for the first like 50 chapters of something, I'm really kind of just taking it in and not connecting to it yet. You know what I did like though, Sis, that you also read that died early was Mori King. Mori King was cute. I don't think it needed to live much longer than it did, really, but I thought Mori King was funny. It had a good bit, and it had a couple cute side characters. Okay, is this the only chest on this screen? Yes. Okay, still good. Let's end this. All right, this is the screen. This is the Eat at Joe's screen. I guess we're back to Joe. Hey, man. What's up, dog? I mean, I guess thinking about it, this is all like kind of based on. This is all sort of based on this main screen. I guess it has more to do. I mean, look, the balls say Joe. Anyway, this is the part. This is the part everybody remembers. From this level. This is, if you've ever seen someone like do a YouTube video complaining about Rayman, this is like always in the video. Just a lot of very like extremely precise jumps over on these little balls over like a death pit. And enemies I know start spawning eventually too, like enemy fish. Wait, that could have been something maybe. Why is Joe? I think Joe's the alien guy. Yeah, well, it's like that. Joe is this guy. He runs the restaurant. They probably just wanted to make this screen and they thought it was cute. And it is cute, and I think I'm gonna make this the thumbnail. Why level? Just cause cute, cause funny, probably. See, you see these things in the background? That's kind of how Rayman's got the Ray groupies. You feel me on? You feel that? You see these things in the background? That's kind of what the Ray groupies are like when Rayman's playing that fucking bass up there on the stage. He's hitting that shit. Oh my god, Will, if Act Age was your Kaedegami, then it would be like valid to be like that about it. Then that would be like something to like really be upset over.
Hello, did you come back?
These little big-nosed ray fish are very like charming in their own unique way, I think. Okay, well it gave me some health.
What is he going to push? How come he will go?
Okay, I heard. Aha! Alright, well, now we just gotta beat the level. There's the last cage. I remember the last Sayuki too. I don't remember, Sizz, if I... Okay, well, now we'll figure it out. I don't remember if I stayed with that until cancellation. I think I did. That series is alright. I think I did see the end of that. I know Samurai 8 was around that time too, and I will give exactly one prop. I think the first chapter of Samurai 8 is pretty good. This was the Masashi Kishimoto thing that like bombed that he tried to do in Jump post Naruto. And it was pretty bad. Like it did definitely in the first couple chapters it felt like it was not going anywhere, but I thought chapter 1 was a pretty decent chapter 1. Better than like a lot of chapter 1s that come out. No. Other than that, I'm gonna toot my own horn a little bit here, you guys. Other than that, I either latch on to just some bullshit when like a new chapter of something comes out, or I pick hits. I'm gonna pat myself on the back there. Akane Banashi, Chainsaw Man, Someone Hurts even these days. A lot of the things I'm like, oh, this is great, and attached to are because, haha, they're the best. And then other than that, if something has a weird or stupid premise, I will always like take that, just because I like want to see what it will be. But like, I don't know if I necessarily believe that like it will be something. Hits are things that don't work out, but like it's not like hits or like sort of like more standard things. Usually, because I read most of the first chapters, usually I drop a bunch of them also. If it's like kind of generic or something, I'm like, no. Even if it like you know, there's something that other people like about it. But if it has a weird premise like Star of Beethoven, that I'm like, oh my god, I need to see where this is gonna go. Alien Headbutt, I guess, is like a little less generic, or a little more generic than that. Star of Beethoven was truly one of a kind. I'm just saying, though, pretty good track record of jumping on chapter 1s of things that work out. Ah! Koji Miura states, oh, that's the Blue Box author. Next week is the graduation ceremony. Oh, I'm getting emotion over a series I don't even read. That I have read 1 or 2 chapters of. I think I read chapter 2 of Blue Box when that came out also. I definitely read chapter 1, I remember it. I remember thinking, this is good, and then I never read any more of it. But we weren't doing the whole, like, we weren't doing the manga thing the same way as we are now. Back then. Natsukami 2026 has caused a scalper outrage in Japan. What is this about? 22 metallic cards? Were there cards packaged? Is this about Blue Box? Are there metallic cards in Blue Box? What is this about? Oh, okay. Oh, like there's like a set of them in like a bunch of Jump series. Yeah, I feel like that's one of those things that if you're like setting up that promotion, you gotta know, like, this isn't gonna turn out well. We're putting like a limited time collectible thing in these physical books. People are gonna buy these in bulk and then just like trash them. That's a waste of paper is what that is. The trees are the victims of that. You guys see what I'm dealing with here? I promise you this is like the beginning of this screen also. I just need to find out where we need to jump to get around this fucking fish. This toothed fish. Do I want him to be turning around? Like that? I guess it's like that. Ah! Shut up, Joe. What does this even have to do with your restaurant? Why did you make this? Why did he set up his restaurant in the Ray-gasming chasms anyway? They also created this like song specifically for this 2 times you're on this screen. This never plays anywhere else in the game. No. It's one of my few genuine things that pisses me off about this game. Is that if you're holding jump, then he won't swing. I think that is misguided buttons. I know, obviously, you need to be able to jump off. But it's like, I don't know, I am in the air holding the jump button when I grab the ring. I guess you don't have to hold it to, like, hover, so I usually do, but it's just a force of habit. Okay, I figured this part out. Ooh. There we go. Okay, fuck. I know you can, like, deck these guys, though. You can hit them, I'm positive. Maybe. New Digimon manga in some magazine that's Gonron Egg-esque. Iconic. You know, it's a Jump series that I think was spiritually me, even though I only read the first chapter, was Ping Pong Peril. I'm surprised I did not, like, jump on that and read it until cancellation. It so seems like something I would have read the whole thing of. Hehehe. Fuck. I know it got, like, lost in the fan service sauce for a while. Which is funny because the art style was not good. But I don't know. It had a vision, I think. Okay. This time, fuck it. I'm not going for the guy. I'm just going up here. Okay, still gotta wait for my little... Here are the 3 characters on this level. Devious, fucking awful, saber-toothed fish fuck that I hate. Wonderful single-eyed fish she that I love. And green, big-nosed ray fish that I tolerate. I guess they should go up from fanged fish, ray fish to she fish. And that also goes in level of, like, the obstacle they pose to me. The ray fish seems like he's helping, but I think he could do more. I think he could be doing more. The she fish isn't doing anything, but that is, as is her right, I think. The she fish is just swimming along. She's minding her own business. Really, I feel like this is what sucks about... What? What? Did I jump off? What really sucks about this is, how much you have to just wait for the easy parts to be over. I think what happened is maybe he, like, dipped down and I touched the tail fin of the fucking other fish. Of that fuck. No! No! Joe! Eat at Joe's! I know we're, like, over our time, but we're going till the Joe gets Joed. If you gotta go to bed, be my Joe guest. If you gotta go to bed, just remember, just bring me back a doggy bag from Joe's next time you're there. I like the patty melt they have. It's pretty good. And I like the beach club. I like the beach club from Joe's. This seems like a normal obstacle to throw into this part. This... Fuck. Ah! This seems like a pretty normal... These fucking bullets that are like... The hitbox on them is so big. And it is so like Rayman's entire body sized when you need to be like standing on this thing and jumping around already. Yeah, I thought the first chapter of Promised Neverland was good. I don't remember if I read any more of it after that, though. It might have just been that one. I remember at least thinking it was, like, pretty interesting. I definitely did not see out the first arc. But I don't think I was, like, hooked on it from that moment, either. I know a lot of people were, like... Excuse me. Oh, Rayman, you're goated. I know back in the day, and this was like, the series was... I think it was maybe the manga was getting close to concluding. But I remember a lot of people being like, ooh, do we have another Attack on Titan on our hands? With Promised Neverland. Like, people were speculating it could be like that. Just because it had that, like, same kind of shocking opening. That kind of, like, graphic, like, shocking beginning thing. Biggest manga contributions being We Never Learn and Undead Unluck. Undead Unluck, I feel like, may be the thing that, like, the most people got into post Manga House being created. I know that I think Sizz said that, like, that was the goal in making it, which is funny. But, like, we all read that. Pixel read that. Fucking... I'm only singling Pixel out because I know he, like, just doesn't read as much of the... I mean, he reads a couple series weekly, but, like, he just doesn't read as much Jump as a lot of other people. But he jumped on it. I feel like everybody read that shit. Kiyoshi, please God, one other person read Shinobi Undercover. The thing about Shinobi Undercover, and also a lot of other Jump series, for me at least, is that I'm like, I believe it's good, but it takes me a long time to read the series that I already read. Like, the hour that I usually give myself to read Jump is pushing it a lot of the time. I really sit and look at pages of, like, series for, like, a long time. Like, each chapter, it is never like flip. Like, each chapter takes me a long time to read. And I am not looking to like pick up more than like a certain amount of series. It would take me like 2 hours if I read more things. Like Zebra, how many series do you read in Jump? I feel like Zebra is running through like 8 of them or something. And I'm like, I'm over here like fucking underwater with 5. Especially some of the ones that I'm reading right now have a bunch of dialogue too. No, I jumped at the wrong time. This is a lot, guys. This is rough. I'm not feeling it yet, though. Yeah, 10 things. I'll be reading that all morning. Now, I could just, like, get up a little earlier. Get up an hour earlier and, like, give myself an extra hour to read if I really wanted to pick up that many more things. It's just that I don't really want to pick up that many more things. You can always, if I was really interested in something, I can always catch up on it down the road. You know, I gotta read it weekly as it comes out. Woo. Okay, I like what we're doing here, though. Here, I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like how I keep, like, mysteriously getting hit when I'm on here. But it didn't happen this time. So it seems okay. Alright, Rayfish. Okay, alright, here we got this. You gotta remember that a lot of these can be ducked. Like this ducked. Only the very, like, lowest ones. No! I think I just need to jump from there. A running jump, I think, will take me to the next ball from that one. I just need to remember that. Eat it, Joe's. I like hearing how people, this is, I mean, I'm sure to like any VOD watchers or anything, all this shit is so boring, but like, I don't know. It's Eat It Joe's, it's my stream. Sorry. And I'm sorry for that too. For me, I really think like people's order is an interesting thing if you like really have a set one, and I do. Since Akane Banashi basically came out, which is as long as I've been reading it, I always read that in the middle for some reason. I used to read it in the middle just because it was like a very like light kind of like fun thing to read in the middle. And for whatever reason, even now that it has like gotten more like kind of intense, for whatever reason, I still always make sure it's oriented in the middle of the chapters. I didn't do it! Remember, we got like one dodge on the fanged fish, and then I'm just gonna make a running jump. So I always read One Piece first. I know a lot of people like to read One Piece. All right, I think maybe Sizz told me he reads it last. I always read One Piece first. One Piece is the thing. I'm still like, I wake up for this. Everything else is just like an extra. Sort of, in a way. So, always that first. Then, who told me they read One Piece last, then? Maybe it was no one. I swear somebody said they read that last. Maybe it was Pixel. Who read it? Who told me they read it last? Anyway, One Piece first. Then, these days, I'm usually reading... something that it has a bunch of fucking dialogue next. So usually it's been Class 2B Hero Destroyers. I think what do I read 6 things right now? Or Animal Signal, I've been reading, like, early on. Here we go. Okay, yes, that's what we need to do. Just jump. What do they want me to do there? Maybe I think we run and jump it. I think I probably, like, usually I'll read both of those just in a row. I guess because those are kind of the new things. Then it's Akane, and then Ichi, and then we close out with Someone Hurts has been my, like, schedule since that's been going. Because Someone Hurts is also an easy read. It does have, like, jokes and stuff, but I think generally it is very, like, a very sort of chill thing. So I like to finish with that. It's like the coffee after one's dessert. Fuck. What if Tokashi's throwing out his bag because he's writing 10,000 characters of text a week? Well, the manga authors don't write the text in the series. I mean, he writes the dialogue, but, like, they don't put the text in there. Okay, remember this one. Remember this. Okay, I think it's stay. Again, that feels like there's very little consistency to it. But I think what level of consistency I can pull from the fucking jaws of defeat will be keep your feet on the ball until it's time to jump the fish, and then jump the fish, and then hopefully that is what, like, keeps the bullets out of the air. Yo, Legion Ghosts, what's up? How's it going? What are you getting at Joe's? What's it? Question of the day. I'm anxious to extend this to everybody. What's everybody getting at Joe's? What do you think Joe makes a good? I'm thinking it's like the Turkey Club. That's what I'm ordering at Joe's. I feel like it's a safe bet, and I feel like he would make a good one. Maybe with, like, a nice good sauce on it or something. Isn't Joe's a crab shack? I would imagine they probably do serve crab here. It's like a little beachside type thing. Okay, ready? Jump. Oh. That is a real world restaurant? Yeah, but that's not this. Will, you gotta look at the screen. That's not this, though. This is the Joe's. This is the Joe's we're talking about. They don't know about that in France. Can I get a nice slice of pizza? I feel like they probably have a pizza. I feel like they probably have shakes. You think they got a Mai Tai at Joe's? I guess what would you drink at Joe's, too? I don't need a... This is so disgusting. I don't need to order a drink at Joe's because I'm going to stand here underneath the fucking Ray-gasms and just drink it up. I'm having that for my meal. Listen, we've scared everyone away at this point. It's just water. It's just cave water, guys. It's got minerals in it. Get your minds out of the gutter. What are you even supposed to do? What do you do with that part? Thought you were talking about the groupies? No, come on. No, come on. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about these things in the background that do look vaguely orifice-like. They are oozing some kind of substance. You could say there is a group of them, because there's clearly 3 at least on this background, and there's more back there, but it's just water. Maybe. They got good Joe's tenders? Okay. Okay, we did it. We did it. Okay, and before I see his ass coming back, I'm making a run for it. Hell yeah, brother. No! Oh! Oh! We survived. Ada Joe's! Ada Joe's! We did it! I'm putting my controller down. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da. And there's a save point here. That was it. The groupies in question? Who can know? Who can say? Who can truly say? I'm never going back though. I'm leaving Joe a 1-star review on Yelp. I'm leaving a 1-star Yelp for Joe. Okay, guys, that's the end of the screen. That's the end of the stream tonight. Okay, so here's what's left for next week. Hey, thanks. We need to get a cage in Pencil Pentathlon. We need to get a cage in Mr. Stone's Peaks. We need to get a cage in Twilight Gulch. We need to beat Mr. Mr. Scop's stalactites. And we need to beat the final level. And then we'll be done. I don't think I've ordered chicken tenders from like a restaurant in my adult life. But like, there's nothing wrong with it, I guess. I just will always find something else good on the menu. It's not like that's bad. I will always find something that I want more. I think I have ordered them though from like Dairy Queen or something. If I like wanted a fucking, if I wanted like a Blizzard or something and I was like, I could eat too. I may have had chicken tenders from Dairy Queen. But not at like a real place where I'm gonna get like a meal that I want. It feels like a waste of a meal to me. Are we done here? Push start? This is the end of the stream. We're up late. I'm already up late. We've outlined what is ready for next week. We got a little bit of cleanup left to do. And we got 2 levels to do. It might go late also. It'll depend, I guess, on what getting the rest of those cages looks like. But we'll be good. We're good. Whew. We ate at Joe's, guys. We can say we went there. And I think Joe took a commemorative photo of the table and then tried to get us to pay for it, even though we didn't ask for it. If you Joe, you Joe. All right. Big love. Guys, I'll see you on Sunday for... what are we playing? Donkey Kong on Game Boy. Donkey Kong 94 is what people call it, but I like to call it Donkey Kong. Because that's what it's called. Even though it's not helpful. We're playing Donkey Kong. I'm excited. I never beat that game. I think I played it on 3DS, on the 3DS Virtual Console back in the day. And I got stuck on some level. There was like some puzzle I couldn't figure out. It's like kind of a puzzle game. It's like a puzzle platformer. Before that was like a genre almost. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm smarter now. I got some people in the chat who I'm sure will help me with the puzzles. And I don't think it'll take too particularly long either, so that's fun too. Yeah, I love Game Boy. Game Boy is great. I think there are a bunch of great games on Game Boy. People think of it as like the stripped down, like more archaic version of NES, and like it kind of is in some ways, but it's also like more advanced in some ways too. It's like in a weird place like that, because it lasted for such a long fucking time. People got better at making games for it. We can talk about all this on Sunday though. Guys, have a great weekend. Happy 4th of July. It is that now, but, you know, have a happy one. I don't condone celebrating the United States of America, but at the same time, it's a holiday. So, you know, have some fun family time or do something fun. And I'll see ya on Sunday. Big love. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Mwah.